Today's Auburn broadcast will begin in 8 minutes.
What's my number?
I'll stand by.
Or you want Jacob to give it to me?
Jacob needs to be in the habit of giving it to you.
Okay.
Hey, Anthony.
Yes.
Ask Jacob when Andy needs to toss it to him. Have him do the back timing and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You bet. He's a very nice man.
Yes, he is. Incredibly nice. How far away did he say he lived?
About 6 miles. He's a half mile from the coast, he said.
How about
I said,
that?
so tell me, how much room between here and the coast? He said 6 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if that. Shoot. I totally blanked as to where I was.
Talking about Michael O'Neill and where he lives.
No, I know, but
Okay.
Santa Monica. Santa Monica is like 13 miles,
Today's Auburn
How long does it
broadcast will
take?
begin in 5 minutes.
25, 30. Like it wasn't. It surprisingly wasn't bad.
Yeah. There's Walton Ginger.
Huh?
It's Walt Waltos right there.
Oh.
Of the Walt Waltos.
Yes. Yes.
And that's his wife, Ginger. And the fourth person back.
Yeah. Boy, got some power on this trip.
Yeah. I would like to know who that is.
I asked some of the USC people. Ask that guy. Hey, the USC people got these Christmas bags. I bet there's goodies in those bags.
Probably a lot of vegan food.
You know, there wasn't any goodies in the meal.
Nothing?
Well, there's food.
What was
It's
it?
Chinese.
Serious?
Yeah.
It's got to be the only place I've ever seen it.
Sesame chicken and
Was it
rice.
good?
No, it was number one. Yes.
4 minutes till
Wonderful.
start of broadcast.
In fact, my throat was hurting like a son of a gun before I went back there and ate. I feel fine now.
It's numb now.
I'm telling you. I legitimately did have a sore throat before I went back there to eat, but it went away.
That Roxy's talking to? That's what I thought. Okay. He's taller than I thought he was.
See, don't second guess yourself.
I do that a lot, Brad.
I know, but you shouldn't. You're always right.
No, I'm not.
This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes.
It's 24. What's the number? Do we have the number?
He said closer to 2.
Closer to 2. What does that mean?
I need a number on the clock.
Okay.
A number on the game clock is what I'm saying. Sesame chicken. Do they have any egg rolls or anything like that?
That's salad.
Huh.
Kind
That's
of
interesting.
but with like an Asian ginger
Oh yeah, sure.
already tossed with it.
Did
so
it
was
have
already dressed?
water
Had-
chestnuts in it?
No, but it had
Mandarin
little,
oranges?
It had a little had a little crispy wonton
Yeah.
strips.
Ooh, hey.
I'm telling you, it was very
Here's your
good.
2-minute time check. Mark.
It sounds good, Brad. The guy that did the games before me at Illinois State on a road trip was talking about one of the boosters from Illinois State on the road trip with his wife.
Yeah.
His wife wasn't on the road trip.
He said like 17 on the clock.
And that'll give him enough time. All right, so if he throws it to you at 17, no,
No,
that's not going to work.
no.
Stand by.
Thank you for being the middleman here.
Yes. Yep.
So, I'm always very careful about who I say is at a game.
Yeah, I got you.
Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. "30 seconds till broadcast." Mark.
How about the fans traveling? It was like a home court advantage for the Auburn Tigers. Benny with the foul layup. Oh, more to the hole and it's set for three. Count it. Oh, and it's weekend free ball. Yes! Yes!
No Power 5 school plays 3 non-conference Power 5 opponents on their home floor, except Auburn. And the first of those 3 opponents is USC. Good afternoon, and War Eagle from Galen Center in Los Angeles. With Brad Law, Jacob Hillman, I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn's Power 5 non-conference opponents are USC, Washington, and West Virginia. The Tigers play in Seattle on Wednesday and in Morgantown next month. Wendell Green Jr. practiced for the first time since a sprained ankle late in the Colgate game. The Tigers are 9-1, ranked number 19 in the country. USC is big. The Trojans are 8-3 on the season. The preseason number 4 in the Pac-12, but already are 2-0 in conference play with wins over Oregon State and Cal. Memphis transfer Boogie Ellis leads USC at 14 points a game, and Drew Peterson averages 13.9 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. A week ago, Auburn beat Memphis on the boards and in the paint, and USC's size makes that a challenge for the Tigers today. The CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off starts now.
Exclusive pregame coverage of the Tigers begins now with the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Coming up, analysis, interviews, and a look around college basketball. At CBNS Bank, we've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Visit cbsbank.com. Alongside Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles as Auburn gets set to face USC. Along with Brad Law filling in for Sonny Smith, I'm Andy Burcham. Jacob Hillman will join us today from the Auburn Sports Network studios. Auburn came out here, Brad, on Saturday, had a full day to practice yesterday, and it was very good to see Wendell Green Jr. practicing with the Tigers yesterday.
He went through the entire practice, Andy, and Wendell is such a critical factor for Auburn. The point guard in any offense is critical in a Bruce Pearl system, absolutely necessary, and hopefully he's able to go at full speed for close to the amount that we would normally see him in a game, if not the entire amount. But Auburn has brought a great crowd out as well for these games. Number of Auburn fans in the LA area. This is a big-time basketball game today.
And it's the first of three that Auburn will play against Power 5 schools on their home floor. Washington on Wednesday, and then at West Virginia in the SEC Big 12 Challenge next month. And all three opponents are very, very good, and especially when they're playing at home like USC here this afternoon.
Auburn already has a quality non-conference win on a neutral floor over Northwestern down in Cancun. They faced Memphis on a neutral floor a little over a week ago. Didn't get the win there. These kinds of games, though, are so beneficial for you as you get ready for conference play. If you can win them, they help elevate your tournament status as well, your resume and your seeding and so on and so forth. And that's where the Auburn program is right now, is there is at least one eye on March every time you take the floor.
This is a big starting lineup for USC. Potentially 6'3", 6'9", 6'6", 6'7", and 6'11" across the front line. It's the biggest starting lineup that Auburn has faced so far this season.
And where you really see that is defensively. They've held 4 of their last 5 opponents under 65 points. They defend on the perimeter really well. They force teams to extend what they want to do offensively, and they deny getting the ball into the post on the pass. Now, there's a way to counter that. The Auburn guards can penetrate, use some of their speed, some of their quickness to their advantage against the length of USC. But certainly that length, that size has enabled them to have a really strong defense this year.
When we talked with Bruce Pearl, he talked about, and when we talked with Stephen Pearl on Tiger Talk last week, he talked about both of these big or Pac-12 opponents like to play a lot of zone. Auburn feels good against that zone. Not necessarily shooting over the zone, but finding the soft spot, Brad, in the zone.
Yeah, USC has actually surrendered a higher three-point field goal percentage than it has shot it from 3 this year. The zone has left them susceptible at times, but Auburn's not been very good from 3, quite frankly, on a consistent basis. What Auburn does very well against the zone, though, is get Jalen Williams, get Janai Broome to the free throw line, pass the ball in the middle of the zone, and both of those guys, and Dylan Cardwell is as well, just in fewer minutes, they're excellent passers, and that's going to be a critical thing to watch in this game today, is how will Auburn's bigger players, their forwards, their centers, pass the ball in the midst of the zone.
Auburn appears to be a healthy team, as we mentioned. Wendell Green Jr. went through practice yesterday. We expect to see him out there for the Tigers today. And this medical report brought to you by East Alabama Health. Need emergency care? Check out the new freestanding emergency department located in their new Auburn Medical Pavilion at the Auburn Research Park. It is a slow day around the SEC, but a busy day across the country. And to tell you about it, we go to our Auburn Sports Network studios, and here is Jacob Hillman.
Thank you, Andy. And from sunny Los Angeles to sunny Auburn, only about 20 degrees cooler. Let's talk about that one SEC game that's in action today.
From the home of the reigning conference champions to every corner of the SEC, let's go around the most exciting conference in college basketball. This is the Toyota SEC Report. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
That one SEC game in action is Holiday Hoopsgiving, which Auburn played in last week against Memphis. Georgia playing against Notre Dame at 4:30 Central, so we'll give you updates throughout this game on that game, as Georgia's 0-2 against ACC teams this year, looking to get a win on their record this year against an SEC or ACC team. Now, what's on the menu is presented by Whataburger. Get ready for a flood of incredible texture and taste when you bite into the new Whataburger chili cheeseburger. Layers of tasty chili, crunchy corn chips, and crisp onions combine to create a delicious masterpiece, available for a limited time. Now, what's on the menu tonight? It's a 60-second scout of USC with Ira Bowman, and sophomore forward Janai Broom takes center stage for our player profile. Plus, Andy Burcham's exclusive sit-down with Bruce Pearl, Brad Law's keys to the game, and your starting lineups. All coming up when the CBNS Bank Countdown to Tip-Off continues in a moment.
CBNS Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CBNS Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
How are you the ultimate Auburn fan? Because I got this air horn installed in my throat. Pretty sick, right? Yes, you look really sick. What doctor would even do this? Doctor? I did this myself. I mean, I can't swallow whole food, but still. Wait, what? Just gotta plow through it. Hey, can I get a couple of soups up there? What about some chamomile tea? Don't be that guy. Get a fan card. The smart way to be the ultimate Tigers fan. Just go to auburncards.com.
Hi friends, Keith Hernandez here to tell you about a great pain reliever called Salonpas Pain Relieving Patches. Salonpas is pain medicine in a patch. You stick it right on sore muscles for up to 8 hours. Research has shown that people that use Salonpas reported less pain with improvement in mood, sleep, and the ability to work. Wish I knew about these in my playing days. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
The final days of Winterfest are here at Lowe's. Save now before they're gone. Need a few last-minute gifts that are perfect for the DIYers on your list? And maybe even a few for yourself? Get up to 50% off select tools, accessories, and smart home products from the top brands you love. Shop these savings and more during Winterfest only at Lowe's. Valid through 12/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CBNS Bank Countdown to Tip-Off.
Welcome back to our Auburn Sports Network studios. I'm Jacob Hillman, Andy Burcham, and Brad Law back at the Galen Center in Los Angeles. The Auburn Tigers put their trust in Auburn AV every home game for the best fan experience, and so should you. Bring the basketball game home when you have Auburn AV design and install your home entertainment system, all with frustration-free controls. Visit auburnav.com. The USC Trojans are coached by Andy Enfield, who is in his 10th season at USC. While Auburn leads the nation in blocks per game with 7.9 shots rejected per contest, the Trojans are not far behind in that category, averaging 6.4 blocks per game, which is good for third in the country. Junior forward Joshua Morgan leads the way in that department for the Trojans with 3.4 blocks per game behind his 6'11", 235-pound frame. Now, Ira Bowman gives us his 60-second scout of USC.
It's a really good team, Andy. I think one of the top teams in the Pac-12. Obviously, really good. One of the top 20 defensive teams in the country. Offensively, they have a couple guys that are really good, an older team, so it's going to be a challenge for us today.
Talk about the size and the challenge that their size brings into today's game.
I mean, I think now in college, you either facing athleticism or length, and they have a combination of both of them. So when you start to get on the road and you face teams like that, you have to make shots and play in space. For us, our guys have to, be diligent with the ball, not allow them to score and transition off of mistakes that we make and make them score against our half-court defense.
What makes their defense as good as they are?
I think they challenge you in the passing lanes, and then they have a rim protector down in the back. So I think their guys are all long. They don't have any little guards, so most of the guys have length and get deflections, and when they funnel you into the middle, they have somebody to make up for their mistakes.
Its last time out, USC blocked 8 Long Beach State field goal attempts, with Morgan leading the way, swatting 4 shots. The 60-second scout is presented by the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business. Accelerate your career with an online MBA from the Harbert College of Business. Learn why they're ranked among the nation's best at harbert.auburn.edu. Auburn has its own elite shot blocker in sophomore forward Janai Broom, who transferred in from Morehead State this offseason. Broom ranks 4th in the nation with 3.1 blocks per game, to go along with his 11.1 points per game and 8.2 rebounds per game. Tigers have looked to the sophomore to patrol the paint all season long, and that will continue into SEC play. Andy Burcham sits down with Janai Broom for tonight's player profile.
Janai, talk just a little bit about your transformation from Morehead State to Auburn. What was your biggest adjustment that you made?
Just being able to come to a high level and working my body, playing quicker, faster, staying low throughout each possession, and just playing with more explosive.
How important then was your time in the weight room training, getting ready for this season?
Spent a lot of time in the weight room, a lot of extra time in the weight room with Coach D. But I talked to the coaches, and that's what their main focus was for me. The court stuff matters, but the more my physicality, my explosiveness, my quickness, that's going to play a bigger role throughout the longevity of the season. So, like you said, being in the room a lot really played a factor on that.
Broom recorded 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 blocks in Wednesday's win against Georgia State. Just because the weather's chilly doesn't mean Alabama farmers aren't busy growing high-quality products. Visit sweetgrownalabama.org to make your next Tigers watch party a slam dunk. Find farm fresh greens, meats, and more at sweetgrownalabama.org. Up next, Andy Burcham's exclusive sit-down with head coach Bruce Pearl and of Auburn and USC from Los Angeles. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
This coming Tuesday, take a break from holiday shopping and spend your day with Auburn women's basketball as they host North Florida. Tip-off is noon Central, and tickets are available starting at just $6. It's the final non-conference game of the regular season for Coach Jay's Tigers. Visit AUBTIX.com and make your plans now to see Auburn take on North Florida at Neville Arena this coming Tuesday at noon Central. War Eagle!
Hey Tiger fans, this is Andy Burcham. The Auburn experience, you know it. There's nothing else like it. It's what binds us together as the Auburn family. And when you give to Auburn, you build on a strong foundation. Your gift opens doors of opportunity for top students, recruits exceptional faculty, and fuels innovative research. This is what creates our unique Auburn experience. And your gift makes it possible today and for generations to come. Give today at auburnGiving.org.
Who says you need snow to live in a winter wonderland? Southerners know a true winter smells like pine, cinnamon, and citrus. And the only warmth you need is delivered by time with friends and family. Farm fresh sweet potatoes, Christmas trees, and satsumas just make this time of the year even sweeter. Whether you're preparing to jingle some bells or settle into a silent night by a roaring fire, Sweet Grown Alabama has something for you. Find sweet potatoes, Christmas trees, satsumas, and more near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Ford presents our exclusive pregame visit with head coach Bruce Pearl. At Auburn, we revere our traditions. Ford has a tradition too, building trucks that are smart, dependable, and built Ford tough. That's why Ford F-150 is the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Here's Andy Burcham with Coach Pearl.
Well, Auburn is the only school in the country that's a Power 5 school that plays 3 different Power 5 opponents on their home floor, and it starts today with USC.
Yeah, play those 3 opponents on the road. That's the key. It's people have asked, interestingly enough, like why, why come on the road? Why this time of the year? Part of it is during the winter break. Right now, there's hardly anybody on campus. So playing games at home right now and not in front of our students doesn't do us a lot, And there's not a lot to do right now for our guys on break. So let's take the show on the road. Second thing is there won't be large student populations at USC or Washington. So it's a good time to play on the road. And then the last thing is, we get ready for conference play coming up in about a week or two. And so, look, these games are going to be just like trying to win conference road games. So that's kind of the reason why. That's kind of why this time of the year.
And I know that we're going to have a great turnout. We had a wonderful alumni event last night. John Morrison and Rod Wellbaum and the whole Auburn team of development and alumni association had a wonderful rooftop event last night. Had a couple hundred people, come. Sam Ginn was there, which is just huge. Walt and Ginger Waltos came all the way out. There were several others, Walt Kahn. We had just a fabulous group of people last night, all here to watch us play USC.
How is Wendell today?
He looked good. It's funny. I don't ask him. I just rotate in, and he rotates himself in, which is his way of telling me he wants to play. So I would anticipate that unless there's a setback in warmups, he'll play. He may not be able to go 8 minutes, but my anticipation is he will play.
This is a big USC ball club. I mean, at all 5 positions out there today.
Yep, they're big, and they hang their head on their defense. Kind of like Memphis. They're long, and they're going to make it hard for us to score. The difference in this one is we've got to make it hard for them to score too. That's the biggest thing. We've got to be able to guard them. We've got to be able to use some of our speed and quickness. I worry that they're going to be able to just, with their size, look over the top of us. And then we've got to keep them off the offensive glass. They all go real hard. So perimeter checkouts, bodies on bodies, is going to be extremely important.
You had a chance to speak yesterday here in Los Angeles. Talk about that opportunity.
Well, we got our work done early yesterday. We went over to the Galen Center. We shot in the morning, and then we came back. We did film. It was about 11:45, and pretty much we're done for the day. And got our work done early. So I agreed to go over to a temple sign. It's a Reform synagogue, very large one here in, and of course it's the Sabbath. It's Shabbat yesterday, and the start of Hanukkah today. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And about 60% of their membership are actually Iranian Jews that fled oppression. And it was wonderful to just go over there and visit with them and wish them a happy Hanukkah and talk a little bit about Israel, talk a little bit about anti-Semitism, talk a little bit about what's going on in Iran right now for their families that are trying to have a tyrannical government replaced by something that would be a little bit more normal.
You relish that opportunity, though, don't you?
I do. I just think God's given me this opportunity, this put me in this position, this platform, and I'm grateful to the Auburn family for allowing me to do it. I don't take time away from my coaching to do what I do, but I just feel like, at Auburn, our charge is to try to make the world a better place, and that's what we're preparing our young people to do. So I sort of feel as a coach and as as somebody in the community that's been given this platform, that's what I'm charged to do. That's what God wants me to do.
How about a key for Auburn defensively today?
Well, I think keeping the ball out of the middle. They do a great job of changing sides. And so whether it be dribble handoff action or ball screen defense, if we can keep the ball from getting to the middle of the floor where then they have everything. Ball goes middle, then they've got, just geometry-wise, right? Geometrically, they've got spacing to throw it back and do lots of different things. That would be, one key. And then I just think keeping those guys off the offensive glass because they are so big. And don't let 2 of their best players beat us. Don't let Boogie beat us. Don't let Peterson playmaking beat us. That would be really key.
Key offensively.
Take care of the ball. They jump passing lanes. They're really handsy. We got to make open shots, Andy. One of the things that we talked about doing is, and this is tough because sometimes inside shots will lead to inside rebounds, but it's hard to get inside shots off against a team that's as long as USC. They've got the nation's 3rd leading shot blocker in there. And so therefore we're going to be, and it won't be about settling for open shots. It'll be about taking them. We've got to take them. We've got to make them. And we ourselves have got to do a great job on the offensive glass.
All the best today, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
This is Auburn head coach and proud Ford F-150 owner, Bruce Pearl. The thing I hear most when people get in the cab of my F-150 is, this truck is huge. Well, I drive around some pretty big players, and when I get a 7-footer in the back seat and he's able to spread out, he's just blown away at how roomy and comfortable this truck is. So visit your local Ford dealer and check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Did you know the average piece of produce travels 1,500 miles to reach your plate? When you buy local, you shorten your supply chain and reduce fuel emissions to contribute to a more sustainable world. I'm Ellie Watson, the director of Sweet Grown Alabama, a program designed to help you find locally grown products. Visit sweetgrownalabama.org to search for locally grown produce, meat, honey, and more in your area.
Thinking of advancing your career with a master's degree in business? If so, consider the graduate degree choices at Auburn University's Harbert College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best, we offer full-time and online programs in finance, supply chain management, information systems, accounting, and business administration. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn Athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Rico.
You're listening to Auburn Basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
All right, about 8 minutes away from tip-off, so it's time for Brad's Keys to the Game, which are presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Let's bring in Brad Law from L.A. for his keys to the game between Auburn and USC. Let's start off with something Coach Pearl touched on a little bit. First true road test of the season coming this late in the non-conference play. What is Auburn going to have to do to face this opposing crowd for the first time this year?
Yeah, and along with the crowd, you got a team in USC that lost their first game of the year on this floor here at Galen Center, and they've won 6 in a row on their home floor since then. So they're playing well together. I like the veteran presence of Auburn. I mean, Chris Moore, Jalen Williams, Zep Jasper, Wendell Green, K.D. Johnson, all these guys, Alan Flanagan certainly, they've seen hostile environments. They've had tough tests on the road, and I think their maturity is what Auburn needs tonight, playing on the road for the first time this year.
All right, and USC's size is something that Auburn's going to have to be tested against. Talk a little bit about that and what Auburn's going to have to do against that.
Yeah, you got to be able to run their offense. They got to be able to use their quickness and their speed to get around the perimeter players. I mean, USC's got a couple of 6'7", 6'9" guys that'll defend on the perimeter. So passing has to be crisp. Little things matter. Bounce a pass if you have to. Drive around a guy if you have to. But be authoritative, be aggressive, be purposeful with every move you make offensively against their size.
All right, thank you very much, Brad. We look forward to your call with the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. StubHub is the easiest way to experience every Tigers game. Check the virtual view, score your seats, and get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub is the official ticketing partner of Auburn Athletics. StubHub, be there. And you'll want to be using StubHub when SEC play starts in about a week and a half's time. Auburn will be hosting Florida on December 28th. Straight ahead, we have starting lineups and tip-off of Auburn and USC in sunny Los Angeles. We take one more break before we get to the action out west. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
AuburnTigers.com is the official website of Auburn Athletics. Read the latest feature stories on your favorite Tiger teams. Get critical game day info, search videos and audio. Find how to get connected through social and digital media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or just find the next event on the athletic calendar. Plus, all athletics broadcasts are streamed free at AuburnTigers.com/watch. AuburnTigers.com, the official online home of Auburn Athletics.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
How are you the ultimate Auburn fan? Because I got this air horn installed in my throat. Pretty sick, right? Yes, you look really sick. What doctor would even do this? Doctor? I did this myself. I mean, I can't swallow whole food, but still. Wait, what? Just gotta plow through it. Hey, can I get a couple of soups up here? What about some chamomile tea? Don't be that guy. Get a fan card. The smart way to be the ultimate Tigers fan. Just go to auburncards.com.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Auburn basketball, and these are the Yellowwood starting lineups for the Tigers.
Jasper works on the wing, gets a screen from Cartwell, pull up from 16. Bang! Three balls up, Jasper. Yes! Oh, zip for three!
Jeff Jasper, senior, Augusta, Georgia, Lucy C. Laney High School.
With Wendell. Now Wendell the hole, puts it up. It's good to the top for Wendell. Long three. Cut it!
Wendell. I'm going to get his autograph if he keeps playing like that.
Wendell Green Jr., Detroit, Michigan, Lalamere High School.
Glasses it underneath, and Moore puts it in, and a foul into play. Underneath Moore, two-hand slam.
Chris Moore, Jr., West Memphis, Arkansas, Academies of West Memphis.
Jalen Williams reverse dunk. Oh, baby, was that not to the wing. Jalen wide open three. Yes, and a foul into play.
Jalen Williams, senior, Hunter, Georgia, Brownlee County High School.
Back to the basket now. 14 to shoot, spins to the baseline. Turnaround jumper, got it through. Who puts it on with a two-hand hammer?
Janai Broom, sophomore, Plant City, Florida, Timber Catholic.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the yellow tag. From the makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine comes Yellowwood Protector. After all, if it's good enough to earn that little yellow tag, then it's the perfect finish for your 5-star backyard.
Auburn is 9-1, ranked number 19 in the AP poll, 18 in the coaches poll. Bruce Pearl in his 9th season at Auburn, a record of 175 and 99. 28th season overall, the record is 637 and 244. USC is 8-3, already 2-0 in the Pac-12. And Andy Enfield is in his 10th season in Los Angeles. His record is 198 and 124. And in his 12th season overall, a record of 239 and 152. Kobe Johnson at the point, 6'6" sophomore from Milwaukee, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds. Trey White on one wing, a 6'7" freshman from Dallas, prolific prep high school, 9.3 points, 5.3 rebounds. Drew Peterson, 6'9" senior from Libertyville, Illinois, a transfer from Rice, 13.9 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Boogie Ellis is the fourth guard, 14.1 points, 2.9 rebounds, a 6'3" senior from San Diego, a transfer from Memphis. On the inside, Joshua Morgan, 6'11" junior from Sacramento, California, transfer from Long Beach State, 8.6 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 3.4 blocks per game. So it is Johnson, Peterson, Ellis, White, and Morgan for USC. Green, Jasper, Moore, Williams, and Broom for Auburn. And by the way, Katie Johnson available for Auburn here today after that one game in which he did not play due to a coach's decision. Well, this is a big one for Auburn. Tigers follow this up with Washington on Wednesday. 2 Pac-12 opponents on their home floor. And Brad, you look around Galen Center here today. There's a lot of orange and blue, a lot of witnesses, as Bruce Pearl likes to call it, here watching the Auburn Tigers today.
It is not a full house. Coach Pearl mentioned in the visit with you, students are not here, classes are not in session, and so the Auburn contingent that's here will be louder. We look across the way, you got some guys with shirts off, and they're painted up orange and blue. It's going to be, you're going to hear the Auburn people here this afternoon.
A big contingent right behind the bench, and the bench is to our immediate right, and then in the opposite corner, section 108, is another almost full Auburn section here at Galen Center here today. Auburn is in the orange tops and bottoms today. Blue numerals and lettering in the white trim. USC in the home whites with the maroon numerals and lettering and the gold trim here. And we know this is a big game for Auburn. It's a big game for USC. It's a top 20 team in town here this weekend.
This is a team that has continued to improve. They lost the first game of the year to Coach Enfield's former team, Florida Gulf Coast, on this floor. Since then, they've gotten better. Kobe Johnson's averaged 15 a game over the last 3. Dixon Waters, 13.5 over the last 4. Trey White, 17.5 over the last 2. They're playing better.
Tap is controlled by Auburn. Auburn will go to the basket to our left. The officials, John Higgins, Tony Padilla, and Randy McCall. Auburn ball, Green at the point. Looking left, they're in his zone. Bounce pass, Jalen Williams, top of the circle. Right wing for Wendell. 13 to shoot for Auburn. Green to Jasper. Top of the circle for Wendell. Shot clock at 6. Jasper penetrates into the corner. Chris Moore throws it away. A steal for USC on the drive. Ellis, pull-up jumper. Good.
Right away, you saw the defense there. They forced Auburn way too far out, extending the passing lanes for Auburn. It led to the steal and the jumper.
Kobe Johnson at 6'6" at the point of this zone defense. 2-0 USC. Wendell Green on the right wing. Lobs it inside the zoned. Williams back to the top. It comes for Green. Penetrates. Dribbles the ball and dribbles it off of his foot out of bounds.
Yeah, Wendell is saying that the ball didn't go off of his foot, but it went off of Ellis's foot instead. They're not going to take a look at it.
There was no official even close to see that. So Auburn does not have a shot, but 2 turnovers on his first possessions.
And only 1 pass that went to the foul line or deeper in the first 2 possessions.
Drew Peterson across midcourt, has the ball top of the circle, gets a screen right side of the circle, throws it out to the top for Morgan. Joshua Morgan outside the arc, picks up the dribble. In a little trouble, loses it. Jumps on it, ball is loose, and it's still loose. And it's picked up by Janai Broom. Green up the right side now for Chris Moore. Off the left side, Jalen Williams. Open for a 3 ball. Good!
Jalen Williams is shooting with a great deal of confidence right now, and both teams now points off of turnovers. Transition is where both these teams would like to be. They're both so good in their half-court defense.
3-2 Auburn, 18-19 to go in the first half on the 11th 3 of the year for Jalen Williams. Morgan right side of the circle, inside the arc, down to the low post, knocked away by Wendell Green and out of bounds as they were trying to get it underneath for Kobe Johnson.
They isolated on the backside on the post. Johnson at 6'6" against Wendell Green Jr., who is 5'11". They got the matchup they wanted. Credit Wendell and the quick hands.
10 on the shot clock for USC. They'll inbound on the right side. Boogie Ellis will trigger baseline right. Still looking. Lobs it for Peterson right side. Into the corner. 3 ball from the corner. It's good from Boogie Ellis. And he has the 5 points for USC. Trojans lead Auburn 5-3.
It's just a good shot by Ellis. Broom was there defensively, and Ellis just shot it over the top of it.
His 23rd 3 of the season. Auburn ball, 17 to shoot. Jasper, left wing for Wendell Green. Lobs it underneath. It's an alley-oop intended for Moore. It's tipped to Janai Broom, who puts it in for Auburn. 5-5 the score. Ellis drives all the way to the basket, lays it up. It was blocked by Broom, but out of bounds off of USC Auburn basketball.
Both of these teams are really good protecting the rim. USC blocks USC gets better than 6 blocks a game. Auburn gets almost 8 per game. Both teams in the top 3 nationally.
Auburn is the nation's leader in block shots and gets one there. 5-5 the score. Flanagan in at the break for Auburn. Broom, top of the circle for Auburn to the free throw line, picks up the dribble, now to Wendell. Down the left side, inside the arc, loses the ball, gets it back and loses it again. And then a reach-in foul on Wendell Green. Ellis took the ball away from Wendell, who went for the steal again and got called for the reach-in. Flanagan in, Moore out for Auburn. 5-5 the score, 3rd turnover for Auburn here in the first half of play. 17-12, first half, we're tied at 5. Ellis, bounce pass, Peterson outside the arc, right side. Top of the circle for Trey White. They run the weave up to the top for Kobe Johnson. Johnson to Ellis between the rings, picked up by Zep Jasper. There's the high post screen. Off the left side, Ellis kicks it on the wing for Peterson. Outside the arc, 7 to shoot. Drives on Flanagan down the left side of the lane. Turnaround jumper by Peterson, good.
Peterson was out practicing that shot 30 minutes before anybody else today. That is his sweet spot.
USC 3 of 4 from the field, leads Auburn 7-5. Top of the circle, J. Will. Free throw line for Janai Broom. Up with the left hand, it's short. The rebound pulled in by Trey White for USC. He'll bring the ball up the floor, up the left sideline. White with a crossover dribble at the line. Brings it top of the circle, Peterson outside the arc. Looks for Ellis, he's covered. One dribble, picked it up off the right side now for Johnson. Johnson on the floor for for USC. Drives, shoots, and scores. Kobe Johnson with the bucket.
Now, the last two times the offense ran through the post player, they were able to get an isolated one-on-one matchup and use the size to get a clear shot.
9-5 LSU. They're 4 or 5 from the field. Wendell straightaway three, in and out. Rebound pulled in by by USC. I apologize. Kobe Johnson across midcourt to Peterson on the wing. Peterson picked up by Allen Flanagan. USC by 4 with the ball. Peterson backs in, kicks it to the corner. Wide open three ball. Johnson didn't get that one. Rebounded to Broom. Outlet to Wendell Green. Up the left sideline for Jasper. Right wing three ball. It's up and it's missed by Flanagan and over the top of the backboard and out of bounds, and we'll have a timeout. 15:26 to go in the first half. Make that 15:25 in the first. The score, LSU 9, Auburn 5. Stay tuned. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Every Whataburger is made fresh and made to order. It's all the homemade goodness you could ask for. The patties, 100% all beef and never frozen. The veggies, cut in-house for maximum freshness. The bread, delivered fresh. And the order, just like you like it.
Enjoy.
This is homemade at our house, and you're invited anytime you want. Seriously, we're open 24/7. Whataburger, just like you like it.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends. Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
If SEC football runs deep in your veins, then SiriusXM SEC Radio is where you need to be. We're talking conference and team previews, live games, news, and analysis from experts like Chris Doering, Jacob Hester, Aaron Murray, and Max Starks, coaches shows, championship specials, and more. Get inside SEC football like nowhere else. Feed your fandom on the SiriusXM app. Stay up to date anywhere you go. Just download the app to start streaming.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Alabama Power. At Alabama Power, we give 100% to achieve 99.9% dependability. Our commitment helps deliver power for a better Alabama.
USC 9, Auburn 5, 15:25 to go in the first half of play. If you're searching for that perfect beach home, find your piece of paradise on the Alabama Gulf Coast with the #1 RE/MAX agent in Alabama, Mindy Jones with RE/MAX Paradise. Begin your search by visiting Mindy at paradise.com. Auburn 2 of 6 from the field and has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds. USC off to a good start, 4 of 6 from the field. Dylan Cardwell in the Auburn lineup replacing Janai Broom, KD Johnson, and Trey Donaldson checking in for Auburn on the perimeter as well. Inbound Peterson as Auburn presses into the backcourt for Kobe Johnson, who brings it up the floor for USC. Across midcourt, Johnson, now top of the circle for Boogie Ellis. Ellis near midcourt, picked up by Trey Donaldson, picks up the dribble. Lobs it off the left side for Morgan, spins on the wing, top of the circle for Peterson. Peterson picked up by Flanagan, underneath, shot is up, and it is short by White, and a whistle and a foul will go against Jalen Williams.
Be interesting to watch how this game is officiated then. White looked like he lowered his shoulder and just ran right into Flanagan or Williams before he went up. Wasn't called. The contact on the shot was called, though, and so USC to the free throw line.
A 69.6% free throw shooting team. Free throw is up, and it is good. Trey White, 63% from the line this season. Career high 15 points against Cal State Fullerton earlier this month. And he makes both free throws, and LSU now leads Auburn by 6, 11-5, 15 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Donaldson across midcourt, right-hand dribble. Top of the circle, Dylan Cardwell. Off the left wing, KD Johnson. Back to the top for Donaldson. Left wing for Flanagan. To the corner, KD. Head fake at 3. Inside the arc, picks up the dribble. Back to the wing for Flanagan. 10 to shoot for Auburn. USC leads Auburn by 6. Auburn ball. Shot clock down to 4. Drive by Donaldson. Goes up for the shot. It's dribbled. It's knocked away, and here's it. USC on the break. White to the hole. Lays it up. He missed it. And the rebound, Cardwell. To Donaldson. Auburn 5-on-4 the other way. Johnson. Flanagan off of his foot. Picked up by KD, but it's out of bounds. Boy, turnovers a problem for Auburn right now. That's the 5th turnover against Auburn here in the first half.
The size is now being seen and its effect in multiple ways, not just in how they extend it and force Auburn to change their passing lanes, but that time Auburn just tried to rush to get something in transition before they could set up the zone, and they got going too fast.
USC by 6 and with the basketball. Ellis at the top, gets a screen, goes off the left side, and it's into the corner. Underneath, shot is up, and it is missed by USC. Rebounded by KD Johnson. Donaldson ahead to Flanagan on the right wing. Out to the top for Johnson. Free throw line, Cardwell. Back to the top for Trey Donaldson. 20 to shoot for Auburn. Tigers trail USC by 6. 13:42 to go in the first half of play. Donaldson between the rings. Right wing now for Flanagan. 10 to shoot. Skip pass into the lane. Cardwell hands back to Donaldson down the lane. Pull-up jumper by Trey. Good.
Big shot from Trey Donaldson. You see his confidence. He had a big game offensively. Was a spark for Auburn in the second half last time out, and he's getting some earlier minutes today.
White baseline or right side goes up, missed a shot badly off the weak side. It comes to Flanagan. Auburn trails by 4 against Southern Cal in Los Angeles. Donaldson on the right wing for Flanagan outside the arc. Gets a screen from Cardwell. Peterson fights through that screen. Flanagan works between the rings with 16 to shoot. Crossover to the right hand near midcourt. 12 to shoot. Flanagan, screen from Cardwell. Drives, kicks it right wing. Donaldson. Long 3 by Trey. Good. 5 straight points for Trey Donaldson. Trims the lead to 1. It's 11-10 Southern Cal.
They love the way he plays defense. As his offensive game continues to develop, that is big for this team.
Peterson, right sideline for Ellis. Ellis picked up by KD. Drives into the key. Lobs it left side underneath. Wide open. White goes up. Missed it. Rebound tap up and in by number 33, Kijani Wright.
Yeah, White just lost 2 Auburn defenders there. Cardwell and Flanagan, they didn't communicate as to whose guy it was, and White found the soft spot between them.
13-10 Southern Cal. 12-14 in the first half. Auburn ball. Free throw line, Jalen. Up with the left hand. He didn't get it. Rebound tap it is good by Dylan Cardwell.
If Auburn can run its offense through Jalen Williams in the middle of the zone, it'll have a lot of success, either on shots or offensive rebounds.
13-12 USC with the ball. Left side, pull-up jumper. Left side, it's missed. And the rebound pulled in by Cardwell for the Tigers after the miss by White. Trey Donaldson up the floor off the left side for Flanagan. A chance for Auburn to get its first lead. Flanagan pull-up 3 ball. Good! Alan Flanagan off the left wing, knocks home the 3, and a timeout on the floor, and Auburn on the run, hitting 4 of its last 5 shots. 11:43 to go in the first half. In California, Auburn 15, Southern Cal 13. Auburn basketball brought to you in part by Ford. Check out the Ford F-150 at your local Ford dealer. F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
People take their chili seriously. At Whataburger, we also put chili on a pedestal made of 100% fresh beef. The new Whataburger Chili Cheeseburger, made to order with our own chili on 2 all-beef patties, melty cheese, onions, mustard, and crunchy corn chips. This is chili elevated to burger height. Introducing the all-new Chili Cheeseburger from Whataburger. Just like you like it. For a limited time at participating locations.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends.
Check it out.
Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
Jacob Hillman back in the Auburn Sports Network studios. We take a look at the Yellowwood scoreboard as Notre Dame leads Georgia 13-9 with 12:16 left in the first half. Auburn leading USC 15-13 at the under 12. We send it back to Los Angeles. Voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham and Brad Law.
Auburn struggled from the field early on, Brad, but boy, the Tigers of late have caught fire.
Started 2 of 6. Tigers are 4 of 5 from the field since. USC started 4 of 5. Trojans just one of their last 7.
11:35 on a counting clock in the first half. Auburn leads 15-13 at USC. Peterson on the wing, knocked away by Broom. Peterson goes to the floor, jump ball, and this will go to USC on the arrow. Good defense on the wing. Broom and Flanagan over there. Broom knocked it away and then dove on top of the ball with Peterson.
Auburn may not be 6'7" and 6'9" on the perimeter, but they're coached so fundamentally well defensively. How to body up, use their chest, use their hands. They spend a lot of time in practice on this, and it pays off. They're a really good defensive team.
Johan Traore into the lineup, first time today, the 6'10 freshman out of France. Down the lane, Ellis off the glass, good. He beat Flanagan to the hole.
Beat Flanagan to the hole and then put the shot high enough off the glass over the arms of Broom.
Tied at 15 with 11:14 in the first half of play. Auburn 4 of its last 5 from the field. Donaldson running the point during that stretch. Trey, top of the key, Traore off the left wing, throws it away. There's a steal, and then USC throws it right back to Donaldson on the wing. And Auburn throws it away again, gets the ball back. Flanagan drives, goes up and scores. Wow.
It's a really tough shot by Flanagan through all the chaos to maintain his composure, go up between two bodies.
17-15 Auburn. Drive. Shot is not taken on the left wing. Now to the basket, high off the glass. It's good. Number 2, Reese Dixon Waters with the basket.
It's a really good adjustment. He was pinned. He tried to pivot to the left a couple of times, and then the only move he could make was sort of an off balance up and under to the right.
17 apiece the score. 10:25 in the first half. Flanagan straightaway 3. Didn't get this one. Peterson pulls down the rebound for USC. Outlet up the left side for Ellis. Penetrates, drives, knocks down Donaldson, and they're going to get Trey for the block. They may call charge a little bit different here on the West Coast, Brad.
They
sure
may.
Looked like he dipped the shoulder.
And was out of control in doing it, but he's so fast. Donaldson was shuffling backwards and was not set. And insult to injury, took a hard shot to the jaw in the process.
Green and Moore back into the Auburn lineup, joining Johnson, Broom, and Traore. Reese Waters now to Peterson at the top. Gets a screen. Right side, inside the arc, picked up by Traore. Kicks it into the corner for Johnson. Underneath, wide open shot is up and good by Joshua Morgan.
Credit Johnson for that pass. Touch pass from the corner to the post. And again, USC is coached well offensively. They find open spots in the defense. Second time in this first half, they've just found an open spot.
4-0 run by USC, leading Auburn by 2. 9:50 in the first half. Katie Johnson, left wing. Picked up by Boogie Ellis inside the arc. Bounce pass to Broom at the free throw line. 9 to shoot, drives, spins, and loses the basketball. And here we go. Ellis the other way to Peterson in the hole. He jams it. That's Auburn's 7th turnover of the first half. 9:29 in the first. USC by 4. Wendell Green, top of the circle. Now backs up near midcourt. He's guarded by Boogie Ellis. Gets off the right wing, gets the ball to Chris Moore there. Top of the circle for Broom. Left wing for KD. 11 to shoot. Now into the corner. Leaves it for Broom and never got there. Here's Peterson the other way for USC. Gets the ball to Morgan at the free throw line. Back to Peterson on the right wing. USC by 4 with the basketball. Peterson backing down Wendell Green. Near the lane. Into the lane. Fade away from 15. Didn't get it. Rebound Wendell. The other way, here comes Auburn. 4-on-3. Green at the free throw line. Down the lane. Drives. Gets knocked to the floor. And Wendell will go to the line to shoot a couple for Auburn with 8:49 to go in the first half of play.
Wendell Green initiates contact as well as anybody you'll see. He is fearless among much taller defenders, and he knows how to go in under control and draw the contact.
It's the first foul called against USC. It's against Kobe Johnson, the sophomore from Milwaukee. Two-time a Wisconsin All-Stater. second in the Pac-12 in assists. And Green is at the line to shoot 2 for Auburn. First of 2 by Wendell. He got it. 13.6 points, 4 rebounds in his last 5 games. A preseason second-team All-SEC selection. Had that sprained ankle late in the win against Colgate last week. Did not practice again until yesterday, and he knocks home both free throws, his first 2 points of the game.
Shots weren't falling for Wendell last time against Georgia State, but he scored 11 of his points at the free throw line in that game.
21-19 USC with the ball. Dixon Waters in the center circle. A bounce pass to Peterson on the sideline. Top of the circle for Johnson. Now Boogie Ellis, long 3, swish. Boogie Ellis has 10, first in double figures. And USC leads Auburn by 5 again, 24-19.
Ellis has made 4 of his 5 shots. He's played well offensively of late, the Memphis transfer.
Johnson lobs. Broom with the alley-oop on the weak side. Chennai with 4, trims the lead to 3. 8:06 in the first half. Southern Cal ball.
That's some kind of pass from K.D. Johnson over the very top of that very large zone.
Ellis to the free throw line. Fade away from 15. Good. My goodness.
He's feeling it right now.
Sure
You can tell. He was not going to pass the ball. You knew it as soon as he got it.
Auburn basketball, 7:48 in the first half. USC leads Auburn by 5, 26-21. Off the left wing, K.D. Johnson penetrates down to the baseline left side. Now to the basket. Wraparound pass back to the wing for Wendell for 3. No. Rebound mid lane, and it comes to USC. And they've got a breakout. Ellis to the hole. Jams it. Ellis already with 14 points in the first half. 7:22 to go in the first half. And Ellis is 6 of 7 from the field.
Ellis scored 27 against BYU, 21 against Tennessee. He can do this.
7:10 to go first half. Biggest lead for USC in the first half. Wendell Green left wing 3, didn't get it. Rebound fought for, USC ball. Morgan ahead to Peterson. Across midcourt. Peterson right wing, drives baseline. Cut off by Moore there. Off the left side, threw it away. Here's Wendell Green on the break with Traore, and Green is fouled by Ellis, his first. And it takes us to a timeout. 6:53 in the first. USC 28, Auburn 21. The first half is presented by Southern Union. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn, Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is Andy Burcham. The Auburn experience, you know it. There's nothing else like it. It's what binds us together as the Auburn family. And when you give to Auburn, you build on a strong foundation. Your gift opens doors of opportunity for top students, recruits exceptional faculty, and fuels innovative research. This is what creates our unique Auburn experience. And your gift makes it possible today and for generations to come. Give today at auburnGiving.org.
Oh Camry, and Highlander, and RAV4, and Corolla, and even more, available at Toyotathon.
Get 1.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2022 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through January 3rd, 2023. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.60 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Follow the Tigers on Twitter at AuburnMBB. Now, back to the game.
6:53 to go in the first half. Auburn trails at USC 28-21. When Auburn lost to Memphis 8 days ago in Atlanta, the Memphis Tigers scored a staggering 50 points in the paint in that game. Auburn has already given up 16 points in the first half. As a matter of fact, USC has doubled Auburn points in the paint, 16 8. Along with Brad Law and Jacob Hillman, I'm Andy Burcham. As Auburn brings Zep Jasper back into the lineup.
The thing that's impressive about USC, this is a balanced team. I know that Ellis has 14 of their points, but Kobe Johnson has 3 assists and 3 steals. And you've got some other guys that have, over the last 3 or 4 games, increased their productivity. There's not one guy that you can try to shut down or take out of this USC team offensively.
Auburn ball down the right sideline. Alan Flanagan will trigger. Janai Broom, Wendell Green, Jalen Williams, and Zep Jasper, the Auburn 5. Jalen bounce pass to Broom at the free throw line up from 13. Good. That was easy.
Really good set play coming out of the timeout. They worked to one of their bigs in the middle of the zone, and that turnaround shot against the zone should be there most of the game.
Janai 3 of 4 from the field. Auburn trims the lead to 5. USC basketball. Bounce pass out to the top. Underneath they go. Fade away. Ellis, no, he missed one. Rebound, tap up, miss. Rebound again to White for USC. Left wing, 3 ball. Good. That came from Malik Thomas, who just came off the bench.
Tough break. Auburn had been limiting USC to 1 shot. They've been dominating on the glass. USC gets a second chance opportunity, and they make the most of it.
31-23, USC with the lead. 6:05 in the first. Jasper down the left side for Jalen Williams. Onto the wing for Wendell Green. Green gets a screen, steps back. Now picked up by Thomas at the free throw line. Loses it, gets it back to the wing for Flanagan. Underneath, pass is thrown away. Steal by Dixon Waters for USC. Waters down the left side of the lane to the hole, put it up, blocked by Broom, who pulls it in. Ahead to Wendell. Across midcourt, Tigers down 8 with the ball. Green down the right side of the lane, gets fouled on the drive by Boogie Ellis, his second.
Yeah, that's big there.
Sure is.
To draw a second. And again, Wendell Green Jr. knows how to draw contact. He doesn't hesitate. There's no indecision whatsoever. And as a result, 2 big fouls on Ellis, and he has to come out of the game.
Drew Peterson is back in for USC. Tigers down 8, 5:35 in the first. The inbound to Alan Flanagan, top of the circle. Bounce pass, Williams up from 4. Yes.
It's automatic. From that spot, he's almost automatic.
31-25 USC. 5:22 in the first half. Peterson across midcourt. Picks up the dribble. Throws it ahead. Off the left side, Thomas. Pull-up jumper. Good.
Yep, Green went for the steal and overran the play. When he didn't get the steal, that opened things up.
33-25 USC. Trey Donaldson in for Auburn, replacing Wendell Green. When Auburn made its run in the first half, it was with Donaldson running the points. Auburn trails by 5, 33-25 at USC. 5 minutes ago, first half of play. Donaldson, Williams at the top. Drives off to the left wing, hits Broom. Hands the ball to Flanagan. Allen off the right wing for Donaldson. Down to the left right baseline for Williams, out of bounds off of Peterson. Auburn ball, 20 to shoot, baseline right. Williams will trigger for the Tigers. Donaldson in one corner, the short corner, and Jasper in the other. The lob out to the top, knocked away, and Flanagan runs it down near midcourt. Shot clock at 6, down to 5. Allen, 3-ball right wing, air ball, and the rebound to LSU. Peterson ahead, up the right sideline for White in the corner. Throws it away. Here's Donaldson on a break for Auburn. Trey runs it down, drives, shoots, scores. Auburn a fast break basket. And Donaldson already has 7 points in this first half. 4:17 in the first. 33-27 LSU. Peterson top of the circle. Hands the ball off the left side for Waters. Now to Peterson, posting up against Donaldson, who stole it. Here's Auburn, 4-on-1 the other way. Donaldson, bounce pass. Broom drives to the hole and scores. The Sun-South drive of the game. Sun-South John Deere, preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com.
Boy, Auburn playing so well defensively right now, and Trey Donaldson is keying a lot of it on both ends of the floor. He's making shots, he's getting steals, he's making passes, he's playing under control. Terrific minutes from the freshman.
3:53 to go in the first half. A USC ball when we come back. Auburn on top, 33-29. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Game Day app. Find tickets, skip concession lines, be a part of game day giveaways. Shop the latest Auburn gear. Stay current with a comprehensive social media stream. Participate in game day light shows. Plus, listen to every Auburn Sports Network broadcast, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously. On the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics, the Auburn Game Day app. Get it today.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
North American beavers are excellent swimmers, but on land, they waddle about clumsily. That is until they spot the yellow tag on a stack of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. Their instincts kick in, and the colony springs into action. And just like that, these master builders make off with their newfound building materials.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Jacob Hillman back in our Auburn Sports Network studios. As we take a look at the Yellowwood scoreboard, we'll give a full check of the Yellowwood scoreboard at halftime as Georgia is still trailing Notre Dame, only down 1, and Atlanta with 3:36 remaining in the first half. Back to Los Angeles with Andy Burcham and Brad Law.
At the under 8 timeout, Auburn was being outscored by Southern Cal 16-8. Well, Auburn is 4 of its last 5 and has evened up that number at 16 apiece in the paint.
Yeah, all 4 of those makes have come in the paint. Auburn's last 8 points have come in the painted area. They've done it off turnovers and passing against the zone.
USC by 4 with the basketball. Right top of the circle for Dixon Waters. Gets a corner, turns, shoots, and scores over the top of Trey Donaldson.
Hard to defend that better than Trey defended it. He forced a fadeaway shot and a hand in his face, and the guy just made it.
Bench points right now, 14-11 in favor of Auburn. Donaldson, top of the circle. Auburn trails by 6. Jalen Williams into the lane for Broom. Left wing head fake by Flanagan. Throws it top of the circle. Williams back to the wing for Flanagan. Allen head fake at 3. Back to the top. Williams off the right wing. Donaldson down to the right baseline for Williams. In the corner 3 ball. Zepp. No. Rebound weak side. Janai. Back to Zepp in the corner to the wing for Flanagan. Head fake at 3. Back to the corner. Zepp another 3. It's no good. Rebound of Droom had it. It goes out of bounds off LSU with USC with 12 to shoot. And now they'll give Auburn 20 on the shot clock.
Auburn is out rebounding USC 12-9. Couple of big offensive boards there by Broom.
Flanagan to the corner to the top for Janai. Wide open 3. Oh, be goodness gracious. That's his first 3 of the year. And he has 11 points to lead Auburn. And the Tigers trail by 3, 35-32. Wendell Green from downtown LA. 2:40 in the first half. Down the left side. Oh, he drug his pivot foot. Sure did. Malik Thomas trying to shed Jasper. Johnson is in replacing Jasper. Flanagan comes out. And Moore is back in, and Auburn's a triple away from tying the ball game again.
A lot of times you see offensively, if the ball's not going in, it affects a guy's defense. That's never the case with Zepp Jasper. He had 2 open looks from the corner. Didn't affect his confidence at all. He came right back with that dogged defense we're used to seeing.
USC leads Auburn by 3. Auburn basketball. Bounce pass. Williams at the top. Left wing for Johnson. 16 to shoot to Jalen at the point. Left wing KD goes baseline. Gets cut off on the left side for Broom. At the top, Trey Donaldson. A 3 to tie it. Yes! We're tied at 35. It's a 9-0 run by Auburn. 2:03 to go in the first half, USC ball.
Listen to the Auburn fans here.
Johnson on the wing. Throws it off the left side. Open 3 ball. Left wing short. Weak side rebound to Jalen Williams. Donaldson up the left sideline for KD. Auburn with a chance to take the lead. Johnson up for 3, and he's fouled by Peterson.
That was not a shot KD was originally going to take, but the shot fake got Peterson off of his feet so much.
Yeah, it was a shot he wasn't going to make either.
No.
He did exactly what he was trying to do, and draw a three-point foul.
Absolutely. Quick thinking KD Johnson. The shot fake worked to perfection. Might as well. You know you're going to get hit.
Free throw is good by KD, and Auburn has the lead again at USC.
Every time I watch this team, it's striking to see how tough they are, how they don't mind contact.
He missed the second free throw, did KD? It was long. And Ellis, and this run has come with Ellis on the bench.
You're right.
With those 2 fouls, he's back into the lineup, replacing Malik Thomas. And Auburn has erased an 8-point lead for the Trojans. And the Tigers now lead by 2 as KD hits 2 of the 3 free throws. 37-35 Auburn, a minute 38 in the first half. Ellis works across midcourt for USC. Between the circles for Johnson. Peterson at the left. Outside the arc, Drew Peterson. Lobs it top of the circle. Morgan picked up by Broom to Ellis. Picked up by KD. Picks up the dribble. Lobs it off the left sideline for Waters. Back to Ellis. 8 to shoot. He'll get a screen from Morgan. Drives, kicks it to the corner for Peterson. And a whistle and a foul against Chris Moore on the right baseline. First foul on Chris. And USC will have the ball out of bounds baseline right.
That's good defense on Ellis. You know, he was looking for a shot. There just wasn't one to be had.
Ellis will trigger. He's the leading scorer in the game with 14. Throws it out to the top for Kobe Johnson. To Peterson, loses it. Here's Donaldson the other way. Trey to the hole, put it up, he missed it. Rebound Auburn, foul against Auburn.
Oh.
They called that on Chris Moore.
They sure did.
But he had rebounding position.
At the very least, the other guy did not have position. Another terrific steal by Trey Donaldson, by the way, working against a much taller Peterson. He just got the hand in there and slapped the ball away and forced the turnover. And Chris Moore hobbling a little bit when he comes over to the bench.
2 quick fouls, and he's out. Flanagan is back in for Auburn, a minute 3 in the first half. Auburn leads by 2, USC basketball. Boogie Ellis across midcourt against KD Johnson. Gets a screen from Morgan. Drives down the right side of the lane. Cut off by KD. Nice recovery. Into the corner for Johnson. Uses an elbow to get some clearance. Back out to the top for Ellis. Ball knocked away.
Oh.
And a reach-in foul on KD Johnson.
Oh, no.
Whoa. Boy, that's a ticky-tack foul. Boy, that's a ticky-tack foul. And he reached in, knocked the ball away, and they got him for a foul.
I got to tell you, to call it ticky-tack would actually signify a foul.
Man. 45.7 seconds to go in the first half. Cardwell checking into the Auburn lineup, replacing Janai Broom, who's Auburn's leading scorer with 11. Donaldson with 10. That's a career high for Trey. Ellis between the rings. Off the left side, picked up by Cardwell, launches a 3, didn't get it. And the rebound pulled in by Flanagan. Ahead for KD Johnson. Driving to the free throw line, down the lane, shoots it, missed it. Rebound Dillon, head fake up, good!
That's 4 rebounds in about 5 minutes off the bench from Dylan Cardwell and 4 points to go with it. He has played great in limited minutes off the bench today.
39-35 Auburn, final 19 seconds of the first half. USC can work for a final shot. Peterson working on Flanagan across midcourt. Waits for a screen for Morgan, doesn't want it. Morgan backs off. 7 in the first. Peterson against Flanagan. Left side picked up by Cardwell. Peterson tied up on the sideline, and they run out of time. He just completely ran out of time with a shot. And Auburn goes on a 14-2 run in the last 4 minutes and 26 seconds, and it's Auburn with momentum into the locker room, Brad. Auburn 39, USC 35.
3 minutes and 39 seconds scoreless for USC to close the first half. Auburn forced 4 turnovers over the final 5 minutes plus. USC only turned it over 6 times the entire first half. 4 of those came in the final 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Auburn goes on a 10-0 run, just taking every bit of momentum away from USC after they had built an 8-point lead.
Auburn by 4 at the break. Auburn 39, USC 35 in Los Angeles. Now let's get an update. Here is the Conecuh Sausage halftime report and Jacob Hillman.
Thank you, Andy and Brad, as Auburn trailed by 8 points with 5:12 remaining, and you heard Andy and Brad talk about that strong run at the end of the first half of the Tigers to take a 4-point lead into the half. This is the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show. The Conecuh Sausage Company is proud to be the official smoked sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Make Conecuh Sausage part of your game day and family traditions. Not a very busy day in the SEC today as we take a look at the Yellowwood scoreboard as Georgia has taken a 39-36 lead over Notre Dame with 36 seconds remaining in the first half. But yesterday was certainly a jam-packed schedule, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. Number 15, Gonzaga, went to Birmingham and took down number 4, Alabama, 190 at the CM Newton Classic at Legacy Arena at the BJCC. Number 9, Arizona takes down number 6, Tennessee, 75-70. That was a late-night game, started at 9:30 Central Time. Then number 10, Arkansas defeated Bradley, 76-57. Number 16, UCLA takes down Kentucky by 10 points, 63-53 in the CBS Sports Classic up at Madison Square Garden in New York. Mississippi State barely stays unbeaten. They moved to 11-0 with a 2-point victory over Nichols. They were trailing at the half and were able to come back and win that game 68-66. Another 68-66 final. Missouri takes down UCF in the Orange Bowl Classic on a buzzer beater at the end of the game. And then South Carolina falls to East Carolina 64-56. Ole Miss defeats Temple 63-55. Memphis defeats Texas A&M 83-79, and NC State defeats Vanderbilt 70-66. As we take a look at some top 25 action that went on today, Texas takes down Stanford in Dallas 72-62. Baylor, number 11 in the country, will play Washington at 9 o'clock Central later on tonight. Number 21 TCU leads Mississippi Valley State 17-8 with 14:59 remaining in the first half. So that's going to do it for a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Auburn women's basketball extended its winning streak to 6 games with a dominant victory against Sanford today. We'll tell you all about that when we take a look around Auburn athletics. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The Auburn Tigers Today podcast keeps you plugged into the Tigers like nowhere else with Andy Burcham's weekly coaches interviews, post-game audio, and Jacob Hellman's comprehensive This Week in Auburn Athletics feature. It's the only podcast that keeps you current on everything happening around Auburn athletics, from Jordan Hare to Neville Arena and beyond. Just like and subscribe to Auburn Tigers Today podcast.
When we say we're an everything school, we mean it. Since 1872, Auburn University graduates from the College of Agriculture and the Samuel Ginn College of Engineering have built on the land-grant mission to drive economic development, improve quality of life, promote social well-being, and enhance national security. Celebrating 150 years, come see why Auburn's College of Agriculture and Ginn College of Engineering continue to be pillars of the past, pioneers of the present, and foundations for the future. Visit auburn.edu.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Welcome back to the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show. Auburn leads USC 39-35 at the break. Jacob Hillman here with you in our Auburn Sports Network studios as we take a look around Auburn athletics this week. Some action outside of Auburn USC that took place today. Auburn women's basketball extended its winning streak to 6 games with the largest margin of victory in the Coach J era, winning over Sanford 91-37. It was also the largest margin of victory for Auburn since 2008, and the Tigers defeated Sam Houston 119-54. Auburn has one non-conference matchup remaining before the SEC slate begins after Christmas on Tuesday against North Florida at noon Central. So if you're in Auburn on Tuesday and looking for some entertainment on your lunch break, Make your way out to Neville Arena to watch these exciting Tigers close out that non-conference schedule. Tickets are available at aubtix.com. Coverage can be heard beginning at 11:45 a.m. Central locally, FM Talk 93.9, and everywhere on the Auburn Tigers app with Britt Bowen and J.J. Jackson. Auburn Diving is hosting the Auburn Diving Invitational this weekend. Fifth-year senior Connor Pruitt earned a victory yesterday in the 1 meter with a 371.05. The Auburn Diving Invitational will continue tomorrow and Tuesday at the James E. Martin Aquatic Center, beginning at 11 a.m. Central both days. Number 5, Auburn Gymnastics held its annual preview meet on Friday and will begin the 2023 season on January 7th in Las Vegas at the inaugural Super 16 Challenge, and they will be facing tough competition. The Tigers will compete against number 1 Oklahoma, number 4 Michigan, and number 10 UCLA to close out the event. And later on this week, following tonight's game, men's basketball will travel up the Pacific Coast to Seattle to take on Washington on Wednesday at 8 Central. Auburn Sports Network coverage will begin at 7:30. And up next to wrap up the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Report, we take a look at the first half stats. The Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show continues in a moment.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year. The Sessions family making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
Most creatures blend in with their natural surroundings. However, one North American beaver colony is doing anything but. This group, having discovered new Yellowwood Protector semi-transparent stain and water repellent, has coated their lodge in a lovely smoky grey color. Modern look and powerful protection backed by the yellow tag. Well done.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the yellow tag. Yellowwood Protector semi-transparent stain and water repellent. Find a dealer near you.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
16 to shoot to Jalen at the point. Left wing KD goes baseline. Gets cut off on the left side for Broom. At the top, Trey Donaldson. A 3 to tie it. Yes!
Jalen Williams was the leading scorer. No, excuse me. Janai Broom was the leading scorer in the first half, but Jalen Williams' 3 opened up the scoring for the Tigers in the first half. As we take a look at the halftime stats, and the halftime numbers are brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others against COVID and flu. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Jacob Hillman back in the Auburn Sports Network studios. We take a look at these halftime stats. Like I said, Janai Broom led the way in scoring with 11 points, and he also had 3 rebounds in 60 minutes of play. Then off the bench, Trey Donaldson, 10 points on 4 or 5 from the field and 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Those are your 2 big scores for Auburn. And then taking a look at the team statistics, both Auburn and USC, they are neck and neck with the shooting. Both are 15 for 28 from the field for 54%. But USC has shot a little bit better from the three-point line. It's 3 for 6, and Auburn's 5 for 13. So the volume of threes has given Auburn the lead. And then Auburn's turned the ball over 9 times, USC 7 times. So we'll see if those numbers can even back out. And Auburn has taken advantage off those turnovers more so than USC with 14 points off turnovers, while USC only has 6. And Auburn out-rebounding USC 15-9, even with all that size. And you look back at that Memphis game last week where Auburn was out-rebounded. Auburn coming back this week with the vengeance. So Those are your halftime stats, and the Tigers have a 39-35 lead over USC at the half. We will get you back out to Los Angeles for second half action between Auburn and USC. The voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham and Brad Law, after this.
You've been listening to the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show. Make Conecuh Sausage part of your game day. Still family owned and made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. The second half is 2 minutes away. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
This coming Tuesday, take a break from holiday shopping and spend your day with Auburn women's basketball as they host North Florida. Tip-off is noon Central, and tickets are available starting at just $6. It's the final non-conference game of the regular season for Coach Jay's Tigers. Visit AUBTIX.com and make your plans now to see Auburn take on North Florida at Neville Arena this coming Tuesday at noon Central. War Eagle!
This just in, Auburn Bank has completed their 114th year of serving their community.
This next one goes out to Auburn Bank, champions of you.
Touchdown, Auburn Bank! The champions of you are 114-0!
Welcome to Auburn Bank. How can we help?
I hear y'all are undefeated.
Helping you achieve your financial goals is our goal. Visit championsofyou.com to see how we can serve you. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
It's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. COVID and flu vaccines are an important tool to help stop the pandemic. The Alabama Department of Public Health is offering the COVID and flu vaccines to anyone 6 months and older. COVID and flu. The COVID and flu vaccines are safe, effective, and free. COVID and flu are still on the rise. Don't let COVID and flu stop you from supporting your favorite team. Continue to help protect yourself, your friends, and our campus by getting the COVID and flu vaccines. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
The second half spark is brought to you by the finest electricians in the world, the brothers and sisters of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613.
At the break, Auburn 39, USC 35 from Los Angeles. Along with Brad Law, I'm Andy Burcham, Jacob Hillman in our Auburn Sports Network studios. Well, Auburn closed the first half, Bradford, on a 14-2 run, a 10-0 run in the last 2:25, and held USC scoreless for the last 3:39 of the half. What is your spark for Auburn in the second half?
I think whatever the spark was defensively over the final 5 minutes of that first half, continue to do that. And I think a lot of it came from the rebounding of Dylan Cardwell, and it came from the defense of Trey Donaldson. The freshman playing more minutes in this game than he has previously. Wendell Green Jr. only played a little under 10 minutes in that first half, but Trey Donaldson with 4 steals. He turned that defense into offense. He's 2 of 2 from 3, so that complements the presence of Janai Broom, who's also had a tremendous first half of play. And after Boogie Ellis picked up his second foul in the first half and came out of the game, Auburn went on a 16-4 run to close the half. So the momentum they took with them to the locker room, continue that here in the second half.
A couple notes from Marlene Navor, Auburn's media relations director for men's basketball. Janai Broom, first time that he's been double figures in the first half of a game this season. And that first half of play, in which Auburn shot 53.6% from the field, is Auburn's third best shooting half of the season. And remember, Auburn opened the game like 207 from the field.
And remember that Auburn shot 67% in the second half against Georgia State last time out. The last 2 halves of basketball, Tigers have shot the ball exceptionally well. And that was after a slow start from the field in this game.
Auburn ball coming out of, yes, it is Auburn ball. Auburn has the arrow coming out of halftime. And we'll see Boogie Ellis obviously back in the ballgame. Boy, when he got it rolling for USC, he was 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, had 14 points. The next highest scorer was Malik Thomas with 5. And it's Johnson, Peterson, Ellis, White, and Morgan, the starting 5 for LSU. Green, Jasper, Moore, Williams, and Broom, the starting 5 for Auburn. Auburn ball to start the second half. Auburn leads by 4. It's Auburn's biggest lead of the contest. Top of the circle, Broom from Wendell Green, right back to Wendell. Picked up by Drew Peterson. About a 10-inch difference there. There's Jasper down the left side of the lane. Reverses back out, gets it to the top for Wendell. 13 to shoot for Auburn. Green gets a screen, misses the shot, and the rebound is pulled in by Joshua Morgan. Had a good look. And USC has the ball. Ellis across midcourt, bounce pass to the top for Trey White. Right side for Johnson. Johnson picked up by Chris Moore. After the top for White. White, 2 dribbles with the left hand, kicks it to the corner. Peterson, 3. It's no good. Rebound White, though, for USC. White head fake twice. Back out to the wing for Peterson. 14 to shoot for the Trojans. Auburn by 4. Peterson against Jasper. Stays right with him, then a push in the back by Zepp. Made it easy to call that one.
Yeah, he's got a height differential there. He's smaller than Peterson, and he tried to make up for that with a leaning in with the chest and then just shoved him with his chest.
Peterson is 6'9", Zepp is 6'1". USC ball out of bounds, baseline left. Ellis will trigger. 20 to shoot for the Trojans. Auburn by 4 to start the second half. Peterson off the inbound to the corner for Ellis. Drives on Broom. Down to the baseline. Gets pinned there. And loses the ball out of bounds. Auburn ball. Janai Broom pinned Boogie Ellis on that baseline.
Body control, straight up, good feet spacing, and he forced him to the baseline, stepped on that baseline.
Wendell Green across midcourt to the right wing for Chris Moore. Moore top of the circle for Williams, off the left wing for Jasper. Low post for Janai. He's double teamed. Broom needs to get out of there. Gets the ball to Jasper. Now Wendell outside the arc, left wing Jalen. Down the left side of the lane for Broom, 9 to shoot. Drives into the basket, gets cut off. Gets the ball to Moore, knocked away, comes to the corner. Green up from the baseline, put it up, missed it, rebound Chris. Back up and nobody's fouled. And Moore went down, he fell on his right hip, and he's in some pain underneath the basket. The foul will go against Trey White, his first.
Moore came out of the game late in the first half, hobbling just a little bit. I don't know if it's the same spot on which he just fell. But again, the toughness of this team, a lot of grit. He's back up and gives a thumbs up to Coach Pearl.
82% free throw shooter Chris Moore for the Tigers has not scored today. He'll get a couple after the first foul by Trey White. Free throw is good by Chris.
Tell you what, you win the rebounding battle against this team, you've put in some work.
Auburn's 16 rebounds to USC's 11. Moore makes both. And Auburn strikes first in the second half, takes a 6-point lead. USC basketball, Boogie Ellis across midcourt, working on Zepp Jasper. Between the legs dribble with the left hand, throws it top of the circle for Morgan, working on Broom. Morgan throws it out to Peterson near midcourt. Left wing wide open 3 ball by Ellis. He missed it short. And the rebound pulled out of there by Wendell Green. Weaves his way up the floor across midcourt. Throws the ball to the left wing, and it's knocked out of bounds by Kobe Johnson with 26 to shoot for Auburn. Tigers lead by 6, 41-34, 18:04 to go in the second half. Moore will trigger down the left sideline. Inbound Broom to Williams. Now to Wendell. Got a screen. Free throw line down the right side. Got it near the baseline. He's cut off. Gets it on the wing for Zepp. Shot clock at 16 for Auburn. Hands back to Green in the center circle. 12 to shoot. Wendell with a screen. Down to the free throw line. Into the lane. Up and under and a foul. Nope, they got him for a walk. And he'll come out, and Trey Donaldson will come in.
We've seen it with Zepp Jasper, and now we've seen it with Wendell Green. There's more of a concerted effort to try to dribble into the zone because the passing lanes and the secondary passing lanes are being denied. They're not getting passes where they need to. So already we've seen trying to dribble into the zone rather than pass.
Auburn 41, USC 35, Trojans ball. Top of the circle, Johnson. Picked up by Trey Donaldson. Left wing. Bounce pass at the top, it's Morgan. Morgan hands to Ellis, top of the key. Left wing Johnson. Goes baseline and a touch foul, hands foul on Trey Donaldson, and that's his second. It looks like they're calling the game a little bit closer to start this second half of play.
And if they do that on both ends of the floor, then you use it to your advantage.
Absolutely. USC ball into the backcourt. Ellis, 20 to shoot for the Trojans. 17:22 on a counting clock in the second half. Auburn by 6. Trey White, right wing with a pass for Johnson. Kobe Johnson to the top for Boogie Ellis. Right hand dribble against Zep Jasper. Gets a screen. Now picked up by Jalen Williams. Beats Jalen into the basket. Put it up. Missed the shot, but got fouled. I think they're going to get Janai Broom on this foul, and they do. And that will be his first. And Boogie Ellis is at the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter. He was the AAC 6th man of the year last year at Memphis. Brad mentioned it earlier, career high 27 points against BYU back on November 23rd. And he's at the line for 2 for USC. And the free throw is good. Ellis leads all scorers with 15 points. 17-10 in the second half. Auburn 41. USC 36. Ellis makes both. Auburn's lead is 4. Approaching the 17-minute mark of the second half. Trey Donaldson across midcourt. Hands the ball to Jasper, top of the circle for Moore. Off the right wing for Williams. At the top, it's Jasper. To the right wing for Jalen. He'll pop a 3. Missed it short, rebound to Janai. Back up with a jump step. With a left hand, he knocks it home. 13 for Janai Broom.
If you can get inside that perimeter, there's an advantage to be had on the glass, and Auburn's shown it so far today.
Auburn by 6 again. USC ball. Right wing Trey White. Top of the circle. Underneath for Johnson. And a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Broom, I think. Yep. That's 2 quick fouls on Janai. On the low post. Not a shooting foul. USC ball out of bounds. But Auburn's starting to rack up the fouls here in the second half of play. That's 4 on Auburn in the first 3.5 minutes of the second.
At some point you'd like those to start evening up.
We're in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Ellis, the inbound. Peterson in the key. Off the left side, Peterson. Underneath, whistle foul. This is going to go against Trey Donaldson. It's his second.
And both fouls that he's been whistled for this half have been pretty easy to call. That time a pick and roll action, and Trey had to come in from the side. He was late coming over defensively, got the foul.
Morgan, a transfer from Long Beach State, 57% from the free throw line, knocks home the first. He was second in block shots, or is second in the NCAA with 37 block shots coming into today. And he knocks home both free throws. USC's 4 points in the second half have all come from the line. They press. Williams in the backcourt to Trey Donaldson. Ahead to Broom across midcourt. Down the left side of the lane. Ball knocked out of his hands, saved by USC. Trey White up the floor for the Trojans. Auburn by 4, USC ball. Peterson, baseline right. Step back, 15-footer, no. Rebound tapped. Underneath, it's USC ball. Johnson to the wing, ball tapped to Peterson, top of the circle. 16 to shoot for USC. Peterson, three-pointer in the air. It's in and out. Rebound Broom. Lost it, got it back. Take care of the basketball. 15:49 in the second half. Auburn by 4, 43-39. Donaldson at the top, Jalen Williams. Left wing, Zep Jasper penetrates down the lane. Kicks it to the corner. 3 balls for Donaldson. It's missed. Rebound out of there comes to Johnson. Ahead to Boogie Ellis. On the wing for Peterson. Goes baseline. Peterson back to the wing for Ellis. Head fake at 3. Top of the circle, left side, White for 3. Good. Well, you could feel that coming, couldn't you?
Yeah, Auburn missed a chance when they got the penetrate and the kick, the open look that they wanted. 5-point swing.
Janai Broom drives, and they got him for a hook, and that's the 3rd foul on Janai. 3 fouls for Janai Broom in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And Auburn's lead is trimmed to 1, 43-42. USC ball when we come back. The second half presented by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino with 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka. You escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and online at windcreek.com. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen,
when you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
Hi friends, Keith Hernandez here to tell you about a great pain reliever called Salonpas Pain Relieving Patches. Salonpas is pain medicine in a patch. You stick it right on sore muscles for up to 8 hours. Research has shown that people that use Salonpas reported less pain with improvement in mood, sleep, and the ability to work. Wish I knew about these in my playing days. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Alabama Power. At Alabama Power, we give 100% to achieve 99.9% dependability. Our commitment helps deliver power for a better Alabama.
15-12 to go in the second half. Auburn leads at USC by 1, 43-42. Fouls a bit of a problem right now, as Trey Donaldson and Janai Broome have 3 apiece. 2 of Donaldson's fouls have come in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and all 3 of Broome's fouls have come in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half. USC ball, Donaldson, K.D. Johnson, Alan Flanagan, Johan Traore, and Dylan Cardwell, the Auburn 5. Johnson, the inbound, almost to midcourt for Peterson. They've got Morgan wide open underneath for a dunk. And USC has now outscored Auburn 9-4 to start the second half, and the Trojans lead Auburn by a point at the 15-minute mark of the second half.
Auburn went for the steal on the second pass of the press, didn't get it, and that left him wide open on the back end.
Donaldson, top of the circle, KD. 13 to shoot for Auburn. Right wing for Alan Flanagan. Skip pass, Donaldson penetrates, whistle, foul. It's going to go against Trey, and that's his 4th.
Yeah.
I guess he dipped the shoulder, Brad. I couldn't see it. I was screened by the official.
He unfortunately again made a pretty obvious movement with the hand to push the ball away.
And Zep Jasper now comes in to run the point for Auburn. 9-4. USC has opened the second half on the run. Ball knocked away by Cardwell. Morgan hands the ball off the right side for Johnson. Johnson down the left side of the lane. Jump step in the lane. Up with the right hand. No, but a foul in the play. K.D. Johnson called for the foul. Boy, take a look at the fouls right now. 8 for Auburn. 1 for USC in the second half.
Typically officiating crews, and Coach Pearl he's just been warned by one of the officials.
Johnson shoots 2 now for USC. 73% free throw shooter. 8 fouls to 1, the difference in the second half, and Johnson makes the free throw.
You'd like to see, and typically you do, officiating crews typically even up the fouls. They notice it's a real thing, it happens. So Auburn's got to take advantage of that. They've got to draw contact, work the ball inside, get the same kind of looks.
USC leads by 3 as Johnson makes both of the free throws. USC presses, Traore to Zep Jasper. Brings it up the middle of the floor. Now to Traore across midcourt. Into the key for Cardwell, to the corner for KD. Had the 3, didn't take it. Peterson now on him. Traore out to the top for Jasper. Off the right side, Flanagan to Zep at the top. 10 to shoot, KD on the wing at Jasper. Free throw line for Traore, triple team. It's knocked away. Ball is loose. It's picked up by Flanagan, rolls it ahead. Peterson has it, foul.
Nope, shot clock violation is what they're going to call there. Even though it was a rugby scrum on the floor, They're going to call a shot clock violation instead. Coach Pearl was screaming at the guys, attack the zone, attack the pressure. They got the shot they wanted with KD, but Peterson is so tall. When he closed defensively, KD hesitated, didn't take the shot.
9-0 run right now by USC. With the ball, leading Auburn by 3, 46-43. Ellis working on Zepp Jasper. To Johnson. Right side pass for Dixon Waters. To Peterson. Off the right side near the corner. Working on Traore. Drives on Johan. Picks up the dribble. Off to the wing for Dixon Waters. Dixon Waters up for a wild shot. Whistle. That's a shot clock violation against USC.
Kind of held my breath. I was waiting on a foul call from KD on that attempt.
I was with you, Brad. Auburn has not scored in the last 3 minutes and 21 seconds and has 5 turnovers in the last 5 minutes.
And probably as many fouls.
Jasper barely gets it across midcourt in time. Left wing, free ball. KD missed it. Rebound, USC. Ellis underneath the Auburn basket. Dribbles out of traffic. They've got numbers the other way. Ellis, Dixon Waters, left wing 3. No. Long rebound pulled on by KD. He goes the other way, and he's fouled at midcourt by Kobe Johnson. Auburn would like an intentional foul there at midcourt.
Well, yeah, Johnson reached out and grabbed KD on his way by, trying to prevent a breakaway. They also wanted a walk when the ball was pinned down against the baseline and 2 Auburn defenders were there, but they didn't get that either.
Morgan and Peterson are out. Thomas is back in. So is Kajani Wright for USC. Auburn's gone 3 minutes and 51 seconds without scoring, and USC has forged a 3-point lead. Zepp. Cardwell. Back to Zepp at the top. Trey Donaldson with 4 fouls on the Auburn bench right now. Jasper, left wing for Flanagan. To Zepp at the top. Head fake. Drives down the lane. Off to the right side. Into the corner. Traore 3. No. Oh, he got it. Got it from the corner. That's his 3rd of the year. And it ties the game at 46.
It's a big 3 from the freshman.
Ellis between the circles. Johnson. Off the right wing. Hands the ball there to Thomas. Malik drives on Flanagan. Knocks him down. Goes up for the shot. And they're going to get a 3-point play. Man, oh man, he dipped the shoulder. Boy, oh boy. Boy, this game is getting called a whole lot different here in the second half, friends.
Yeah, it really is. There's some incredulous looks over here from the Auburn coaching staff.
Good night. Thomas a chance for the 3-point play. 7 points for Thomas. 12-19 in the second half. That's the 9th foul against Auburn in the second half. Thomas's free throw is missed, and the rebound comes to Flanagan. 48-46 USC, 12-14 in the second half. Fouls are 9-2 right now in the second half. Zepp picks up the dribble. Traore, left wing for KD Johnson. Against this zone defense. KD with the ball back. On the left wing, penetrates against Johnson, drives to the hole, kicks it to the corner. Zepp, 3 good! And Auburn takes the lead.
Auburn's ball movement and penetration to the paint to kick to the perimeter has been really nice and effective the last couple of times down the floor.
Reese Dixon Waters, right wing, Boogie Ellis. Auburn by 1. 11:35 second half, ball knocked away and out of bounds at midcourt by Dylan Cardwell. Takes us to a timeout. 11:34 to go in the second half. Zepp Jasper's first bucket of the game, a 3-pointer, has given Auburn a 49-48 lead at USC. Auburn basketball brought to you by East Alabama Health. With more than 70 new physicians added in the past 4 years, they're growing their healthcare team to meet the growing needs of Auburn, Opelika, and the surrounding area. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you inside Neville Arena for all the action of men's and women's basketball game day with no delay. Every dunk, block shot, and steal, plus all the analysis from our Hall of Fame coaches, all with no delay. $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home baseball and softball games this spring, all with no delay. With Live Sports Radio, presented by Alpha Insurance.
Hi, my name is Jackie, and a little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It's like a little bow on top of this great present of peppermint chip goodness. It tastes like the holidays.
Hey, my name is Chandler, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake is the little pieces of the peppermint that you get. For me, no milkshake is topping the peppermint chip milkshake.
Order a Chick-fil-A peppermint chip milkshake on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year. The Sessions family making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
Jacob Hillman back in our Auburn Sports Network studios, taking a quick check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Georgia took a 5-point lead into the half and now leads Notre Dame 54-45 with 11:25 remaining in the game. Bulldogs are extending the lead as the second half goes on. Now we go back to Los Angeles with the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham and Brad Law.
Jacob, thank you. 11:34 to go in the second half here. Auburn leads USC 49-48. USC ball 14 to shoot. Peterson will trigger down the right sideline for the Trojans.
Andy, Auburn has gotten the last two buckets from guys who haven't been big scorers, especially of late. They have the ability, they just haven't been late in Traore and Jasper.
And both threes.
Yes, from nearly the same spot on the floor on the right side.
Up the left side, Malik Thomas picked up by Thomas. Then he loses the ball out of bounds. KD knocked the ball off of Thomas and back out of bounds.
And Dylan Cardwell was there too, and I'm telling you, Cardwell's impact on this game can't be overstated. The stats aren't going to blow you away, but defensively, he's been all over the place.
Auburn by one with the ball, 11:21 in the second half. Traore, left side, KD. KD inside the arc underneath for Traore, off his hands and out of bounds. Looking for a possible alley-oop and got the ball to Johan, but he couldn't bring it in. Inbound in the backcourt for Malik Thomas. And now up the floor, Reese Dixon Waters. Ellis on the bench for USC. Peterson, baseline left, picked up by Flanagan. Backs him into the lane. Fade away by Peterson. He missed it. Rebound Traore for Auburn. Outlet KD. Auburn on the run. KD up the right sideline, drives to the hole. Throws it out to the left sideline, and there's nobody there for Auburn. He was out of control when he went up to pass the ball.
Yeah, he went up and sort of got pinned against, the ball got pinned against his hip. He thought maybe somebody would be there on the wing just in a spot, but they weren't.
A pair of empty possessions for Auburn. 10:51 to go second half. Auburn by one. Ellis is back into the game at the point, replacing Malik Thomas. Ellis walks the ball across midcourt on the right-hand dribble. Picked up by Zep Jasper. Bounce pass on the right wing for Reese Dixon Waters. Outside the arc. Lobs to Morgan, right side of the key. Looks underneath. One dribble, picks it back up. Knocked away and a reach-in foul by Dylan Cardwell from behind. And they are in the double bonus for the last 10:31 of the second half.
Chance Westry checks in for Auburn, or is about to check in.
First time today.
Yeah, that'll be the 11th player to play in this game for the Tigers. USC has played 8. You'd like to think that over the last 10 minutes of this game, the depth becomes an advantage for Auburn.
Westry about to get some work at point guard. Free throw is good to tie the ball game by Joshua Morgan.
Of course, that depth can only help Auburn if they play the pace that they want to play. And USC being at the free throw line for the final 10 and a half minutes makes that a little bit of a challenge.
7 points on the day for Morgan, who's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Make it 4 of 4. And USC goes up 1. 10:28 second half, 50-49 USC, Auburn ball. Williams against the press, ahead to Cardwell up the left sideline for Westry. Into the right corner and off the hand of Flanagan. That's 3 straight possessions for Auburn without a shot.
It's 17 turnovers now in a game. That's above the season average for the Tigers. It's above what USC forces in a game. They force about 12 and a half.
USC by 1, 10-14, second half. Trojans basketball. Peterson, top of the. We just wait for this guy to go off.
Yeah.
Left wing, Dixon Waters. Bounce pass to the top. Trey White. One dribble. Sideline, Peterson. 11 to shoot. Midway through the second half, USC leads Auburn by a point. Morgan at the free throw line. Out to the top. Drive by Ellis. Wrap around over the shoulder of Morgan and out of bounds. Boy, if he catches it, he's wide open underneath the basket.
You're right. Again, though, Dylan Cardwell, I love watching him play defense. They wanted to get the ball into the post 3 different times on that possession, but he positioned himself perfectly to deny the passing lane, and they had to do something else.
Chance Westry in the backcourt. Gets it ahead and across midcourt, Williams, and then there's another steal. Ahead, underneath Ellis, reverse layup, good. That is 4 straight trips down the floor with a turnover for Auburn. And USC goes up 3.
They use the press to their advantage. Auburn too tentative. The coaches imploring, go, go, attack, attack. They took too long.
52-49 USC. Left wing, Johnson. Top of the circle, Westry. Flanagan back to Westry. Goes down, loses it. Another steal. Dixon Waters drives to the hole, tried to junk it. He missed it. It was rebounded by Johnson. Ahead Williams, Auburn with numbers the other way. Jalen left wing for Flanagan. Drives down the lane, hangs, shoots. Didn't get it, but got fouled. And Allen goes to the line for a couple.
It was Allen Flanagan who affected or flat out blocked the dunk attempt on the other end and did it cleanly. One of the hardest things to do is to defend a dunk attempt and do it cleanly and force a miss, and that's what he did. He gets rewarded on the other end with free throws.
5 turnovers for Auburn in the last 2:49. And Allen Flanagan's at the line to shoot 2 for Auburn. 72% from the free throw line. For Allen, his free throw is good. Trims the lead to 2, 52-50.
You know, Andy, points with a clock dead are really valuable.
That's some wise advice.
And I've heard it from a very wise person.
Yes, indeed. Second free throw by Allen, good as well. Cuts the lead to 1 with 9:04 to go in the second half. Donaldson back in with his 4 fouls. Ellis across midcourt on the right-hand dribble for the Trojans. Gets a screen, now picked up by Flanagan. Out to the top for Peterson. Peterson drives on Jalen Williams, baseline left, loses the ball. Peterson runs it down. 10 to shoot. Peterson in the lane, fouled by Jalen.
And the coaches are going to argue that Peterson just stumbled. He was leaning forward and stumbled, but
they're going to argue that he flopped.
Yeah.
8:43 in the second half. Peterson at the line to shoot 2 for USC. Out of Libertyville, Illinois, transferred from Rice. 67% from the line. USC by 1. Make it 2. USC helping itself from the free throw line in the second half. They're 5 of 5.
11 of 12 for the game.
I take that back. They're 9 of 10 in the second half from the line. Peterson makes both. USC by 3. 54-51 Trojans. Auburn against the press. Broom ahead to Donaldson. Drives all the way to the basket. Gets it off the right side or left side by Johnson. And there's a whistle and a jump ball.
Yeah.
They'll give the ball to to USC on the arrow. Boy, nothing getting called underneath the Auburn basket right now, friends.
No, it looked like Donaldson was going to do exactly what the coaches wanted, dribble through and attack the pressure. He did, and instead of go up for a contested layup, he had KD Johnson on the wing for the 3. KD tried to drive instead.
8:31 in the second half. USC 54, Auburn 51. Ellis walks it across midcourt. Right wing Morgan, right back to Ellis in the right corner. Now brings it to the wing to Peterson. Head fake inside the arc, down the lane. Peterson with the left hand. It's no good. Rebound, though, underneath. It's up and in by Kobe Johnson.
Janai Broom had one guy blocked out. Couldn't block out 2, though. 2 white jerseys, 1 orange. Advantage USC.
By 5 now in the game with 8 minutes to go, second half. Jalen Williams into the corner for KD. Drives and throws it out of bounds. Turnovers are killing Auburn in the second half. Absolutely killing the Tigers, and we've got a timeout. 7:55 to go in the second half. USC leads Auburn 56-51. For every Auburn three-pointer, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services donates $25 to Coach Pearl's Outlive Cancer Initiative, benefiting local cancer patients and treatment centers. 56-51 USC. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Auburn Bank celebrates Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith as color analyst on the Auburn Sports Network. This is Sonny Says.
Boy, I took a charge one time in the food line. I never took a charge when I was playing. I thought that was a bad play.
But you took one in the food line?
On the food line, yeah. I got run over. Somebody heavier than me.
Was it a big food fight at that point?
Food fight. My mother was a cook, so she jumped him.
Sonny Says is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you...
I had your windows open.
Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. All Chick-fil-A locations in Alabama proudly support the Auburn Tigers.
7:55 to go in the second half in Los Angeles. USC leads Auburn 55-51 USC. Ball coming out of the timeout break. Before we get there, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. As much as anything else, it's not necessarily the points that USC is scoring off the Auburn turnovers. It's the empty possessions for Auburn in the second half. 21 turnovers for Auburn in the second half of play.
No field goals in the last 4 minutes, and Auburn shooting 50% for the game. They're just not getting the opportunities because they're turning it over before they get the shots.
Right.
Auburn has 6 fewer shot attempts than USC at this point in the game.
USC by 5, and with the ball, 7:55 to go in the second half. Kobe Johnson will trigger. The inbound to Morgan, and now Johnson gets the ball to Boogie Ellis. Working on Zep Jasper. Throws top of the circle for Morgan. Ball knocked away by Broom. Morgan gets it back, goes down, keeps the basketball. Bounce pass to Boogie Ellis. 12 to shoot for USC. Drives down the lane, loses the ball, reach-in foul on Auburn. Foul goes against K.D. Johnson. It's his third. Third foul on KD. Auburn with 11 fouls in the second half, USC with 3. Some of that's due to the fact that Auburn's turning it over and not getting the ball to the basket.
Yeah.
Free throw by Ellis is missed.
It's only their second miss on the day.
The best three-point shooter in the Pac-12. He has 24 with 2 today. He makes the second free throw. And Auburn trails by 6. 57-51. Got to find the offense again. Jasper across midcourt, fouled at midcourt by Ellis, and that's his third foul. Clock stopped with 7:26 to go in the second half. Auburn down by 6. Auburn does not have a field goal in the last 4:27.
Is this the largest deficit of the second half?
Yes. Yeah. Flanagan, free throw line. Williams up with the left hand. Good. Auburn wanted a foul there, didn't get it. 4.5 minutes without a field goal. Auburn gets one there. 7-11 in the second half. USC leads Auburn 57-53. Ellis to the wing for Peterson. Peterson drives right past Flanagan, hangs and missed it. Rebound, Broom for Auburn in a crowd. Outlet up the left sideline for Jasper. On the wing, head fake 3 by KD. Back out to the top for Zep. Flanagan, free throw line. Williams, Jalen up with the left hand. No, but he got fouled. Oh, that danced on the iron and fell out. Foul goes against Trey White, his second. And Jalen goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 for Auburn with 6:45 to go in the second half.
KD passed up what looked like an open 3 on the wing, and I flinched a little bit. It's a good shot and a shot he can make, but they wanted to set the offense, go through Jalen in the middle, and they get free throws.
Free throw in and out by Jalen Williams. And Chris Moore replaces Alan Flanagan in the Auburn lineup. Jalen cut the lead to 3 with 6:45 to go in the second half. And makes the free throw. 8 points for Jalen Williams, and Auburn trails by 3, 57-54 USC ball. Ellis across midcourt. Drives, kicks it to the corner. 3 ball in the air, missed, air ball. Rebounded on the weak side by Zepp. Races ahead. Left side, KD on the wing. Outside the arc, Jasper will set up the Auburn offense.
Again, Auburn passes up a transition 3.
Zepp at the point. To Jalen Williams outside the arc. Back to Zepp between the circles. 12 to shoot for Auburn. Left wing, Chris Moore head fake at 3. Back out to the top for Jasper. 7 to shoot. Moore to the corner. KD up from about 15. No. Rebound on the weak side, or to Johnson. Johnson ahead to Peterson. Peterson on the left side for Johnson. Johnson working on Broom. Through the lane. Leaves it underneath. Shot is up and it's good. By Trey White. Nicely executed by USC. Back up by 5, 59-54 Trojans. 5:40 to go in the second half. Zepp Jasper into the key. To Jalen Williams, head fake at 3. To Zepp for 3. Got it! His second 3 of the day. Trims the lead to 2. 59-57 USC. 5:23 to go in the second half. How about a stop, Auburn? Ellis across midcourt against Jasper. Picked up by KD Johnson in the switch. Into the lane. Fade away from 15. He got it. Hit the iron and it fell through. 5 minutes to go. 5:03 in the second half, actually. Auburn trails by 4. 61-57. Jasper nearly loses the ball out the left wing. Drives into the key. Gets bumped. No foul there. Left wing, KD Johnson. Back out to the top for Jasper. 9 to shoot. Zepp gets a screen. Free throw line. 18-footer Zepp. Didn't get it. Rebound, Chris Moore. Goes up and missed it. Got fouled on the play. Chris Moore to the line for a couple. Foul goes against Trey White, his third. And Chris is at the free throw line to shoot 2 for Auburn. Trying to cut the lead to 2 with 4:41 to go in the second half of play. 61-57 USC. Free throws missed by Chris. Johnny Wright comes in, replacing Joshua Morgan on the low post. And Reese Dixon Waters is in, the sophomore from Long Beach, California. Free throw by Moore. He got the second to fall. His 3 points have all come from the free throw line. 3-point lead, USC, 61-58. 4:35 to go in the second half. Ellis, top of the circle. Johnson, right wing for Dixon Waters. Dixon Waters out at the top for Johnson. Kobe off the left wing. Now to Peterson for 3. Nope. Long rebound comes to Zepp Jasper. Auburn down by 3 and with the ball. At the top, it's Jalen. Now to Zepp Jasper. 21 on the shot clock for Auburn. Alan Flanagan into the next break for Auburn. Tigers down 3 and with the ball. Shot clock at 15. Free throw line, Broom. To the hole, nobody's fouled on the play. Could Johnny Wright call for the foul?
Excellent isolation. They cleared the entire lane 2 separate times until Janai could come up to the line to get that pass, and that gave him plenty of space to drive one-on-one against the defender.
And now Janai Broom is at the free throw line for a couple. After scoring 11 in the first half, he's been held to 2 in the second. He's at the free throw line for 2 here. First, he missed. And Auburn has missed the front end on 3 straight free throw attempts. Morgan in and Wright is out on the low post. I don't expect we'll see Morgan come out of the ballgame. Moore out, and Flanagan in for Auburn. Trying to cut the lead to 2, Janai Broom. And he does. 61-59 Trojans. 4 minutes to go in the second half. Boogie Ellis working on Zep Jasper across midcourt to Dixon Waters. Right wing for Kobe Johnson. Now to Peterson between the circles. To Ellis, gets a screen. Ellis to the key. Top of the circle 3. No. Long rebound though to LSU. Back to Ellis. Penetrates down the lane to the baseline. Johnson. Oh. And he gets Jalen Williams off his feet. Jalen goes tumbling down. And they're at the line to shoot 2 when we come back. And Jalen is on his belly underneath the basket, and Clark Peterson comes out to tend to Jalen Williams. 3:39 to go in the second half. USC 61, Auburn 59. We'll update Jalen Williams when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. Join Coach Johnny Harris and the Auburn women's basketball staff for the Coach J Show. The show will air live on location from Baumhauer's Victory Grill every Monday at 6 p.m. in January and February. Get the latest updates on the Tigers while enjoying delicious food from Baumhauer's. The show will be available locally on FM Talk 93.9 FM and anywhere else on the Auburn Game Day app. Make your plans now to join us for the Coach J Show at Baumhauer's Victory Grill, Mondays at 6 in January and February. War Eagle.
Oh Camry, and Highlander, and RAV4, and Corolla, and even more, available at Toyotathon.
Lease a new 2022 Toyota RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through January 3rd, 2023. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $35.98 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
It's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. COVID and flu vaccines are an important tool to help stop the pandemic. The Alabama Department of Public Health is offering the COVID and flu vaccines to anyone 6 months and older. COVID and flu. The COVID and flu vaccines are safe, effective, and free. COVID and flu are still on the rise. Don't let COVID and flu stop you from supporting your favorite team. Continue to help protect yourself, your friends, and our campus by getting the COVID and flu vaccines. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Jacob Hillman here, back with it. Check the Yellowwood scoreboard as Georgia has opened up a 14-point lead over Notre Dame, leading 69-55 with 3:30 remaining in the game. So the Bulldogs look like they'll go on to win that game. We'll give a full check of the Yellowwood scoreboard on the Regions Bank postgame show. For now, back to Andy and Brad in Los Angeles.
Free throws have played a big factor here in the second half. USC is 11 of 13. Auburn 7 of 10 from the line in the second half. By the way, Jalen Williams walked off the floor under his own power, but was favoring his right shoulder as he walked off the floor. And Kobe Johnson is at the line to shoot 2 for USC, 73%. He has 2 free throws made today and makes that one. USC by 3 again, 3:39 in the second half. Johnson makes both. USC by 4. 3:35 in the second half. Chris Moore in the backcourt to Zep Jasper. Ahead to Moore just across midcourt in time. Moore at the left sideline. Now back to the top for Jasper. Wendell Green has not played in the second half. Trey Donaldson on the bench with a lot of foul trouble. Flanagan underneath. Broom to the hole with a 2-hand stuff. And that cuts the lead in half.
Flanagan worked his way into the heart of the zone really deep. Defender came to help. Broom open for the dunk.
3:07 in the second half. USC by 2. Johnson a bounce pass to Boogie Ellis. Ellis working on Zep Jasper with 15 to shoot. Picks up the dribble. Kicks it to the corner. Down the left side of the lane, Dixon Waters. Free throw line. Wide open Morgan. Good. Morgan has 10. USC by 4 again. 2:42. Auburn's going to have to get some stops. Down by 4. Flanagan. Moore. Broom out at the top. Janai to Jasper. Zep, left side. 3 ball. He missed it long. Rebound. Fought for. It's loose. Whistle. Foul against Auburn.
And that's Broom.
Janai's fourth.
That's 2 Auburn players with 4. The other guy's about to check back in. And it puts USC back at the free throw line.
Where they have been very good in the second half. 13 of 15 in the second half for USC from the free throw line. Ellis gets a couple. Free throw's good. Jasper out, Donaldson with those 4 fouls in. Dixon Waters out for USC, and Peterson back in for the Trojans. They're up 5 with 2:28 to go in the second half. And he made both. 2:25 on a counting clock in the second. USC by 6. Flanagan right wing. Drives into the key, down the lane, head fake, kicks it left corner. KD goes baseline to the wing for Flanagan. 14 to shoot. Fadeaway 3, good by Allen Flanagan.
That's a big time shot for a veteran.
Cuts the lead in half. 2:02 to go in the second half. USC 67, Auburn 64. Ellis across midcourt, and Andy Enfield calls a timeout, a 30. With 1:57 to go in the second half. And Auburn within 3, 67-64. Auburn basketball brought to you by Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the Plains at aotourism.com. Stay tuned, Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Hey, this is head coach Bruce Pearl. Here at Auburn, we revere our traditions. But it's the tradition of hard work that really speaks to me. It's about improving your game every single day and being the best that you can be. In the truck game, Ford has a tradition too. A relentless commitment to building smarter, tougher, and more dependable trucks. That's why I drive Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Learn more at buyfordnow.com.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Keep it here after the game for the Regions Bank postgame show with final stats and analysis, plus comments from Coach Pearl. Now back to the game.
1:57 to go in the second half. USC leads Auburn 67-64 from Galen Center in Los Angeles. Well, Auburn's done a better job on the boards in this one, out-rebounding USC 27-17. The difference in the second half is the fouls.
Yep.
And USC has taken advantage at the free throw line. USC in the second half, or in the game, is 17 of 19. 15 of 17 in the second half from the line.
Auburn has been whistled for 20 fouls in the game. USC has been whistled for 11. And there are times when that is really the difference in the ball game. And today is one of those times. It is a significant difference in a three-point game. But Auburn with a big three from Allen Flanagan on the other end forced USC to call the timeout. And I'm not sure if they're over here looking to see to make sure it was a three.
By Flanagan?
By Flanagan,
all right.
Perhaps.
They're looking at the replay as the two teams were coming out of timeout. The question I have is, how did Boogie Ellis get back in the game? He checked in after the first buzzer. And they let him stay in the ballgame. I think he did.
They're going to call that a 2.
I'll be darned.
So it's
okay.
a 4-point game instead of a 3-point game.
USC by 4, 1:57 to go. Got to get a stop at some point.
Auburn in the final 5 minutes of the first half forced 4 turnovers and went on a major run, mainly because it was able to get those stops. So you're absolutely right. Critical here over the final minute 57.
USC ball. Into the backcourt, Ellis working on K.D. Johnson. Ellis across midcourt, left-hand dribble, switches to the right, drives on K.D., gets bumped, goes up for a shot, he missed it. But the rebound underneath Morgan, up, he missed it. Rebound fought for, it's Auburn. Moore came out of the pack for Auburn. Tigers down 4 with the ball. 1:37 to go in the second half. Flanagan across midcourt. Centers it to Trey Donaldson. 1:31 to go. Auburn down 4 at USC. They're on their feet in Los Angeles. Moore, right wing, Flanagan. Allen goes baseline. Runs into his man, and it's a charge on Allen Flanagan. He dipped his shoulder. Boy, turnovers. 22 turnovers for Auburn in the contest, friends. That's another empty possession by Auburn. Comes with 1:23 to go. And Auburn down by 4. The inbound to Peterson. Up the floor. Spins around to Flanagan. They'll take some time off the clock. USC by 4 with 1:14 to go. Got to get a stop, got to get a basket, and another stop. 17 to shoot for the Trojans. Ellis works around a double screen to the right wing on Broom. To the baseline, fade away, good. That's a big shot by Boogie Ellis. And USC leads Auburn by 6 with 55 seconds to go in the second half. Donaldson. Ball knocked out of Trey's hands at midcourt. Auburn with 18 to shoot, down 6 with 47 seconds to go.
Auburn doesn't have to get a 3 here. They do need to have some urgency, though. They need a bucket.
Inbound to Trey Donaldson. Quickly across midcourt, gets a screen from Broom and steps into a 3. It was blocked and a foul. He was fouled on the play by Joshua Morgan, and it stops the clock, and Trey will go to the line for 3. That is the post player's first foul of the night by USC. And Donaldson at the line for 3 right here. Trey scored 10 points in the first half, has not scored in the second. Auburn down by 6 with 42.3 seconds to go. First free throw is good by Trey. A career high 11 points today for Trey Donaldson. Make it 12. Down to a 4-point game. He can cut the lead to 3 right here. Knock it home, Trey. Missed it. Rebound. Donaldson up. No, he was blocked. Nothing called, friends. Nothing called underneath the Auburn basket. They have numbers the other way. Peterson double teamed. Lobs it into the corner. Johnson stole it, but knocked it out of bounds. Boy, I'd love to see that play again. Love to see that play again. They haven't called anything underneath the basket all night long.
They're going to go and make sure this was off of
KD. Are they going to restart the shot clock, or will they take it to 20? With 27.5, make that 6 seconds to go. Bruce Pearl asked the officials, what about the play underneath the basket? Official just looks at Bruce like, well, I'll let it go.
It is a little surprising when there's been the foul discrepancy that we've seen in this half that they didn't blow the whistle there.
I agree.
But it just hasn't come.
Yeah. Auburn has been called for 15 fouls in the second half. USC has been called for 8.
It was an impressive play by Donaldson after the miss. He made the first 2, missed the third, and then he went in to grab the offensive rebound.
I think they were also looking, Brad, at if there was possession by K.D. Johnson that would reset the clock to 20.
They also took the clock up to 28.1.
Okay.
So they added a little bit of time on the clock. We'll take every second we get.
Yeah, absolutely. And the shot clock stays at 19 for USC. Auburn down 69-65.
They're going to be looking to foul here right away. Unless you can get a steal on the first pass.
Moore, Broom, Flanagan, Donaldson, Johnson for Auburn. Morgan, White, Peterson, Ellis, and Johnson for USC. They'll inbound down the right sideline. Kobe Johnson will trigger, being face guarded by Janai Broom. Auburn trails by 4. The inbound out to the top for Morgan. Foul him, and Auburn does. Morgan, although he has shot the ball well from the line today, is 4 of 4, a 57% free throw shooter this season. And a bank of lights has just gone out here in Los Angeles. Right? Am I wrong?
No, they went out. I think most of them came back, but
Morgan's free throw missed. With 26.3 seconds to go, Auburn down by 4. Well, you miss here, you got to get the rebound.
yeah. And again, you don't have to have a 3 on the other end.
That was Morgan's first miss of the day. He missed both. Rebound Auburn. Broom to Donaldson. Got to get it up the floor in a hurry. You're down 4. 20 seconds to go in the second half. Donaldson straightaway 3. No. Rebound Janai. Taken out of there by Johnson. And then he's fouled by Trey Donaldson.
Boy, Broom was manhandled on his way up.
They haven't called anything underneath the basket in the second half.
No.
They haven't called anything under the basket in the second half, and Donaldson just fouled out. Man, oh man. You talk about a disparity in the way this game has been called in the second half of basketball tonight. And now Kobe Johnson's at the line for USC with 13.7 seconds. His first free throw is good. That makes it a full 2-possession game.
Trey Donaldson, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals in the first half alone. Trey Donaldson continues to show his maturity.
Johnson makes it a 6-point game with both free throws. 13.7 seconds to go. Inbound to Flanagan across midcourt. Allen at the top, 19-footer in the air. It's no good. Moore was run out of bounds. I mean, literally run out of bounds by Trey White, his 4th foul, and it stops the clock with 9 seconds to go and Auburn down by 6. 71-65. Well, they finally called something underneath the Auburn basket. Moore at the line to shoot a 1 and bonus.
Well, Auburn can't turn the ball over 23 times. They've shot 72% at the free throw line, but several of those misses were front ends of 2-shot situations. Tigers have left some points out there, some possessions out there in a game where they've shot nearly 48% from the field.
Moore's free throw is up, and it is good. Auburn went at one point in the second half when USC came back. Auburn went 5 straight possessions without a shot in the second half. Auburn calls a timeout before Chris Moore shoots the second free throw. With 9 seconds to go, it's a 30-second timeout. And USC leading Auburn by 5, 71-66.
Auburn will set its defensive assignments after a made free, or 4 after a made free throw. So the guys will know exactly where to go, what kind of press they want to put on.
Auburn called for 23 fouls in this game, 17 in the second half.
Yep.
USC called for 13 fouls in the game, 9 in the second half. They've been in the double bonus since over 10 minutes to go in the second half of play.
5 more makes at the free throw line. It's a 5-point game. They've also been able to get 23 points off turnovers. That became an advantage for Auburn leading into halftime. But in the second half, USC has been able to get much more off of turnovers.
They're 17 of 21 from the line in the second half.
Yep.
Turnovers have no question been a major factor in this game.
Yep.
All right, Chris Moore can cut the lead to 5 right here with 9 seconds to go out of the Auburn timeout. He got it. The lead is 4. USC ball. 9 seconds to go. Inbound stolen by KD Johnson, and he's fouled. That's good. It stops the clock with 8 seconds to go, and KD goes to the line to shoot 2 for Auburn.
It's a break for Auburn that the foul was called way out here on the wing, because now a chance to score with the clock dead.
With 8 seconds to go, so just 1 second went off the clock. And now they're going to check and make sure. Well, no. White is called for the foul. That's his 5th.
I think they are going to go over and check the exact amount of time that should be on the clock.
So White fouls out, all 5 of his fouls coming in the second half. The clock right now shows 8 seconds to go, and Auburn down by 4, and KD Johnson at the free throw line. They're going to get a review to make sure that the clock is correct.
Credit Alan Flanagan and Zep Jasper on this end of the floor, nearest the baseline where the entry pass was being made. They took away the primary points of entry for the pass. That made USC look for the secondary pass at midcourt. KD was able to get underneath the pass and had a lot of air underneath it and basically just intercepted.
We believe that the review right now is simply to look at how much time should be on the clock. Whether it's 8 seconds, whether it's more, whether it's less. And both teams are huddled up right now on the floor here at Galen Center. And they put 0.4 of a second on. All right, you'll take anything you can get right now.
Yes, you will.
Down 4. 71-67 USC. And KD Johnson at the free throw line for 2 for Auburn. Knock these home, get another steal.
Now, is that the 10th? Yeah, that's the
10th.
10th, so it is 2.
Yes, it's all right. Your double bonus. Took till the 8.4 second mark in the second half. Well, KD shoots 2.
Auburn was there at, what, 10:27?
Yeah. First free throw, good.
So during that timeout, again, they talked about the press and what to do after a second made free throw. One possession game either way.
He can cut the lead to 2 right here. He does. It's a 2-point game. USC ball out of bounds. Timeout USC with 8.4 seconds to go. Auburn has scored 4 points in 1.6 seconds.
So what happens when you give a team a chance to score with the clock dead?
Yeah. And has cut the lead to 2 with 8.4 seconds to go. And USC called a 30-second timeout.
USC has protected the ball well. 5 turnovers. Just 5 in the second half. They turned it over 4 times in the last 5 minutes of the first half. So credit the Trojans for holding on to the ball better. All of that, though, comes down to one opportunity to get the ball in.
USC does have one more timeout left. If they have trouble getting inbounds, I don't think they'll waste any time to call it. Auburn has 2 timeouts remaining.
And Auburn has the arrow in its favor, too, in a tie-up.
Yeah, good point.
So they've got to look to tie up. If USC gets the ball inbound, Auburn will be looking to tie the ball up before they look to foul. It's all got to happen quickly, though.
For Auburn, Chris Moore, KD Johnson, Zep Jasper, Alan Flanagan, and Janai Moore.
Look for back screens.
Johnson,
Ellis
Thomas, Ellis, Dixon, Waters, and Peterson for USC. Johnson looking for an inbound, gets it into the corner, and a foul quickly. Broom fouled Boogie Ellis. Boy, Auburn had him pinned in the corner, and he just kind of rose up. It's a smart play and drew the foul on Janai Broom, and that's the 5th foul on Janai. So Broom and Donaldson foul out. 7.5 seconds to go, and Auburn trails by 2, and Boogie Ellis is at the free throw line to shoot 2 for USC.
It's fitting that he would be on the line. He's the leading scorer for them today. He does have a miss at the line so far today.
He's 2 under his career high of 27 coming against Brigham Young last month.
He's played 2 SEC teams this year, and he's hit 20 points in both those games. Had 21 against Tennessee.
Dylan Cardwell into the Auburn lineup, replacing Janai Broom, who just fouled out. Well, now they're saying Auburn has 1 timeout. The scoreboard says 2. All right, Ellis at the free throw line. Boy, miss one, give Auburn a chance, huh? First is good. 6 or 7.5 seconds to go, and Auburn trails by 3. 72-69. Ellis can make it a 2-possession game right here. And Auburn calls a timeout. Just try and ice him.
Yep.
Anything to get the ball back, trailing by 3.
And just to run through another time, what happens if he makes it, what happens if he misses it. Obviously, if he misses, you're coming down trying to get a 3 to tie the ball game. If he makes, it's a really tall mountain to climb, but you got to get the ball down the floor and get anything, a 2 or a 3, as quickly as you can.
As much as I've talked about the foul differential in the second half, the stat that will jump off the page, though, to everybody is the turnovers.
Yeah.
And not necessarily that USC took advantage at the other end of the floor. They were just empty possessions for Auburn.
Oh, yeah. Auburn has shot 48% in the game.
Yeah.
And that's enough to win a lot of games.
All right, the 5 for Auburn: Dylan Cardwell, Alan Flanagan, Zep Jasper, Chris Moore, Katie Johnson. Boogie Ellis at the free throw line to shoot. Another for USC, with the Trojans leading Auburn by 3 and 7.5 seconds to go.
Quickly, if you play that out, USC's taken 6 more shots. If the shot takes were even, that's 3 more makes for Auburn, and the Tigers have the lead in the game.
And that says nothing about the officiating.
Correct.
That was just Auburn's turnovers.
Yeah, it's just empty possessions.
Yeah. All right, Ellis with a huge free throw right here for USC. And he missed it. Rebound Cardwell. Get it up the floor in a hurry. Katie Johnson across midcourt with 4. With 3, he drives and gets fouled. They fouled him.
Yeah.
As a smart move.
That's a smart foul.
With 2.8 seconds to go.
And that's a big question around coaching and with analysts is, do you foul intentionally up 3? And Andy Enfield elected to do it there.
I think Ellis was the one called for the foul, his 4th. And Katie Johnson has a free throw. It is good. Katie's 5 points have all come from the line. Dixon Waters out, and Wright is in, and Auburn does burn its last time. I swear Auburn went to the scores table.
Yeah.
And Mike Burgomaster inquired, and at one point they said you only have 1 timeout left, and Auburn had 2.
Yeah. Scoreboard said 2.
Yeah.
They thought they only had 1. And in fact, when they checked just a second ago, they were told they had 1. So they had to be
That's what I'm saying.
corrected.
Yeah.
The clock operator, the scoreboard had to correct themselves and say, no, you really have 2.
2.8 seconds remaining in the second half.
So the question is, do you miss intentionally and go for the rebound, or
do you make and then count on a steal?
Right.
Off the inbound pass and get up a shot. 2.8 seconds remaining in the second half. USC leads Auburn 72-70. Katie Johnson at the free throw line for the second of 2. And Auburn trails by 2, 72-70. Auburn used its last timeout. USC does have a timeout.
And again, Auburn has the arrow.
Great point. Well, I hope that's a factor.
Me too.
Katie Johnson at the free throw line for Auburn. Does he try for make the second?
They brought in Wright just for a rebound.
Yeah. So Johnny, a 6'9" freshman from Sierra Canyon High School here in Los Angeles. 2-point game, 2.8 seconds to go. Katie Johnson at the free throw line for Auburn. Free throw in the air. He made it. It's a 1-point game. USC gets the ball out of bounds. Kobe Johnson looking for an inbound. Still looking.
Oh, they called a foul before the ball was
Zep
inbound.
Jasper. And it put Boogie Ellis at the line. No time off the clock. 2.8 seconds to go. And Ellis can take it up to a 3-point game if he makes both free throws.
Well, it's a 1-possession game. Even if he makes both of them, Auburn's going to have a chance.
Ellis's free throw is good. Out to a 2-point game. Wright is out. Johnson back in. He can make it a 3-point game with 2.8 seconds to go. And he does. Auburn full length on the floor to go down 3. Chris Moore will trigger for Auburn. Gets the ball to K.D. Johnson across midcourt. From midcourt, launches it and hits the back of the iron. It's no good. He was falling down as he came across midcourt. He shot from midcourt, and USC wins the game by a score of 74-71.
Well, they got the play they wanted to run. They got it in the hands of the guy they wanted to take that shot at the end, and it was online. Just simply a little bit too strong. You got to like the way Auburn battled.
Absolutely.
Two players fouled out. KD had 4. Auburn shot the ball just fine. At the end of the day, too many turnovers, too many empty possessions down the floor, and a talented USC team gets a 7th straight home win for the Trojans.
And their 5th win overall in a row. 74-71 the final score. USC beats Auburn. The Tigers were led in scoring today by the 16 points from Janai Broom. And you can score points too with the Chick-fil-A app. Download or open the app to place an order. Earn and redeem points with the Chick-fil-A app. War Eagle and eat more chicken. The final from Los Angeles, USC 74, Auburn 71. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next.